Check me out now. Return of the smooth operator. Shotty on repeat. I say sleep later. This another favor. Consider me your neighbor. Lost a lot of fam in pursuit of the paper. She gon' catch the vapors when we slide by. The way I speak my mind, it's like I peak my prime, but I ain't close. I cruise through the night air. Fantasy a dream. Real world is a nightmare. Like Claire battling the brainless. Learn to live shameless. Talk about me alive, but claim that I'm nameless. You aimless. So I'ma style on them. They washed up. It's a rap. Throw the towel on them. Gaining miles on them. Otakus for the win. Tacos, it depend on the mood that I'm in. Like Finn when it's time for adventure. This some new blue. Get ready to enter my mind for a few. Come and take a ride with the crew. I'ma show you how to recoup days lost when you vibe with the blue. Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. About time to regroup. Fly, got my eyes on the view. Never hear lies, only truth. Realize why they vibe with the blue. Vibe with the blue. Vibe with the blue. Yeah. Vibe with the blue. Vibe with the blue. Vibe with the blue. Vibe with the blue. I'm talking about vibe with the blue. Vibe with the vibe with the sky. Wait, you know the rest. I'm blessed. I see you frontin' like you ain't impressed, but I still get requests. I'm playing Zelda on the GameCube. I quit spamming my music. Don't ever try forcing the links. That's a high rule. The wind waker, Mother Nature on my side too, controlling the elements. Go and check my avatar. I'm arrows ahead. Get the point. Moving forward. The battle scars accumulated over time are reminders of what I went through as a minor, but made me a grinder. The trees broke down, but it's loose leaf. If life's a game of death, I'm Bruce Lee. Ooh wee. Lose sleep on the regular, trying to get this word out. Then I crash Nebula. Wish I had a very odd parent, maybe two, but it's cool. Everybody pays dues. Now it's time to make moves. Granny didn't raise me to lose. Think I'm in the mood for a cruise. Wanna ride? Come and vibe with the blue. Come 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 vibe with the. Check this out, y'all. I'm back spazzing like the elderly. Worth of my cousin Beverly. Never swear away from the truth. Just ask Heather. Be weather, be tripping. Starting to look control like our destiny. Always give you the best of me until the death of me. My weaponry is a paintbrush. Hush, don't tell my secret. They get a hold of it. If you leak it, get it. It's cool. Got you covered though, look. But let me get back to that cool-ish, loose-ish. Why they still lying? They don't do this. Bad at board games. Whole world clueless. Selling they soul for roof Chris. Who's this honored fella? Need a sliced extra mozzarella. Crew fly, let God propellers. Humanity born like they don't trust fun. Why you dodge the teller? You don't know, but my odds are better. Life's a gamble. Depending on who holding the cards. You can start living at large or it's bon voyage. Charge it to the game. Me and you ain't the same. I'm thinking bigger pictures. Why you still shrinking the frame? Ever blink in the rain? It helps when your eyes dry. Mob with the bright minds. Think you funny, wise guy? Midnight marauder with a new tribe. Tired of the fake. Come and vibe with the blue sky. Come vibe with the blue sky. Why do you try? We get them high. Take them high. What I do? Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. Come vibe with the blue. Pass what up? Vibe with the. Wise grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave them truth in these songs, they prefer the lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple lies. You can't see me, you Stevie. Wondering how I reach more evolutions than Evie and make it look easy. Man, dream on, yeah. Dream on, dream weaver.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It's your boy Ernie, Blerd Without Fear. Carter presents in the goddamn building. We out here for the 138th 138th episode of the Blerd Cave. What's going on, my people? I hope you're all well. I hope you guys, I guess technically this will be the first. I mean, we did have a Blerd Cave on New Year's Day, so technically that was the first Blerd Cave of 2022, but this is the first, I guess, regular episode. That was like a special. That was almost like a Saturday morning special version of the Blerd Cave, because we did our awards for 2021. This week we're getting back to our normal shenanigans, such as they were. But Carter, what's going on, pimp?
Man, I ordered a breakfast burrito and I got everything inside the burrito, but not the key part of the burrito.
Look, they just put some just put some meat and some cheese in your bag.
They literally just put sausage, cheese, sauce, and a hash brown in my bag, and didn't even get my orange juice because I ordered the combo, but they made sure to send me this. I hope that it can get picked up by the camera, but sorry,
there it is.
We run out of tortilla for the burrito. So that's been my morning so far.
Wait. So I got a question. Did they put it in a cup?
No. Okay. You know the little bag they put Chick-fil-A sandwiches in?
Yeah.
That little bag you have to unwrap. Imagine your sausage in there, your cheese sauce, your cheese, and your hash brown, and nothing else. But this, telling you, they ran out of tortillas for your goddamn breakfast burrito.
You know what they did? They hit you with that Beer Money Incorporated. Be like, sorry about your damn luck.
Man, listen.
Oh, man.
I was a bit irate this morning. My morning did not start off on the best of times. It started actually on the worst of times. But I'm hoping we can fix it.
You know what? I know why we can fix it. Because you know what? There's something that's going to happen that hasn't happened in a long time. And that is going to fix everything. And I say this with the utmost and most assured confidence in the world.
Okay.
I say this because I know for a fact. I have it on absolute and paramount authority.
Okay.
That Gabriel Knight is in the
it.
building. We got just another monster. I see CT Kook in this motherfucker. I also see Poe Archery Media in the building. Put your hands up. We also got Artie Aaron 70 from across the goddamn pond up in this motherfucker. We also got LJ Brown in the building. We also got Ed Boy in the cut. I also see Born Star. We got Amira up in here. I see the COBY just showed up. We got our Cali 1 in this motherfucker. We also got, oh my god, you know what? This has got to be the antithesis of Batman Incorporated. We got Hoodlum Incorporated in this motherfucker. We got Joe TJ in the sumbitch. We also got Carmike the Stoke in the building. We got Panther War in the building. I don't know if y'all know this. This is the Wakanda French Embassy King in the building. We also got Harry Memphis Anderson. Wait, Memphis Anderson in here.
But why is he hairy?
We also got Chi-Town Dan in the building. Here you know she. We also got Shaman 05 Line, Jonathan McClain. We got the Black Century King in the building. We also got Infinite Content just showed up. Oh, and by the way, we also got the Silent Assassin SFC Cape Killer in this motherfucker. We also got Original Man 718 up in this motherfucker. We got Samuel Ennis. We got Warren Register here. We got John. That's my real name, Smith, in the building. We got Trey Johnson in the building. We got Nick D up in here. We also got Bart Allen, straight out the Speed Force. We also got the T-1000 in the building. Still, even in the year 2022, in the year of our Lord, is still on the hunt for John Connor.
Oh, Lord.
We got Sir Yuri G in the building. We also got Devarius. We got, Herbert Scott in the building. We got Malik Kennard up in the building. Oh, man, it's good times all the way around. We got Monumental Comics up in the building, and Irv Sweet joining us. Oh, my God. We also got, who is this? We got the homie Tubes the One in the building. TKND Excellence. Man, that's a lot of X's in that name, and I got questions.
Jesus Christ.
We got RP Jesus 316 in this motherfucker. Justin Malone in the building. What's good? Pimp.
See, I knew there was a reason these shows ended up ending a little bit earlier than normal, because you stopped shouting all 100, 200 motherfuckers that's in here first out. That's what it was.
Man,
that's what it was.
Leave me alone. Look, I'm just trying to make them all feel welcome at home.
I hear you. Alexander Smith, first time I'm going to be able to watch through. Truly blessed. Hey.
Dude, you know what? I love that energy. I love that energy. I love that energy. And yeah, we're going to try and make this a good one. So let's go ahead and let's not stand on ceremony here, because we have a lot to talk about, and yet at the same time, we don't. We're going to, it's a weird day. Because the first thing I kind of want to get out of the way is that, actually, this was reported as of 24 hours ago. We learned that the result of the Image Comics employees who wanted to vote to unionize. Yeah,
they kind of came on the scene. What was it, last month or even
it was like late November. It was like it was the ass. You know what? I want to say it was almost literally the day before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, they came on the scene kind of out of nowhere. There was a bunch of people that worked at Image that said, we're gonna make a union. Just out of nowhere, they already had the Twitter for it. They just started trying to get as many art writers and artists and teams as possible to retweet everything. It just it came rather suddenly and out of nowhere, but was in your face.
Mm-hmm. And I think it was even more crazy the fact that Image kind of on the sly kind of was like, no, y'all want to do that? it was like, what? Like, that was, that's what it was. Yeah. It was like, they're like, because basically to kind of tell you, where this was all kind of coming from. Mm-hmm. The group, which I believe they go by, or I guess the name of their union is Comic Book Workers United.
Yeah.
And I guess they're also in association with the Communications Workers of America. Basically, what they kind of came out and said was like, we want to, to try to ensure that, that we're basically, upholding the spirit that Image Comics was created under. Because some of you may or may not remember, back in the 90s, Image Comics was the first big, major, creator-owned comic company to come out. Now, I know what a lot of people are probably going to start saying, well, what about Milestone? What about Milestone? Well, yes, Milestone was the thing, but they weren't creator-owned.
Yeah.
Milestone, because, and I think this should be even more obvious based on how it took us 5 fucking ever to get the Milestone relaunch. The reason why is because everything was tied up under one umbrella.
Yeah.
And with one of those people in that umbrella no longer being with us, that made things even more difficult. In the case of Image Comics, every individual creator owned their own shit. So if they wanted to do whatever the hell with whatever they had, they could just do it. But yeah, Image Comics, and to refresh everyone's memory, that was Eric Larson, Jim Lee, God help us, Rob Liefeld,
Leave
Wild
that man
Potassium.
alone.
No, Rob Liefeld, he ain't shit. Fuck that motherfucker. Wild Potassium, Mark Silvestri, Jim Valentino, and of course, probably one of the, I would dare say, the most popular name on the list was Todd McFarlane.
Boy, I thought you were going to say Eric Larson. I was going to lead this fucking Zoom call. Listen.
No, I said Eric Larson first. We went ahead and got his ass out the way first.
I know, but I thought you were going to be funny and say that shit again. Like, so I was kind of nervous.
Look, you thought I wasn't going to give Todd McFarlane his flowers.
So here's my question real quick. And this is something that I've wondered, even though he is top dog at DC right now. Does Jim Lee still get a check?
I think. Well, okay, so everything that Jim Lee did for Image, it went under the Wildstorm banner. And then he took because he could do whatever he wanted with it. It was his shit.
Yeah.
He then took Wildstorm and he sold it to DC.
But I was more so looking at it like since he was one of the founders.
Oh,
look at think like Jeff Jarrett.
Okay, yeah.
Does he still get something from Impact, even though?
Yeah, he ain't there. No, yeah, okay. You know, honestly, I don't think he does. I mean, I'm sure that he gets hit up for like interviews or like you remember what was the documentary they had? What was it called? So Much Damage.
Yeah.
You know, I remember correctly, they hit him up for that. But like when it comes to like doing things that are Image Comics related, he probably gets hit up for stuff or for statements and so on and so forth. But for the most part, I don't think he gets a check. He might. It seems like it'd be a huge conflict of interest though on his part. Like I know we're getting way off in the weeds here, but I just want to say, and I will forever find this completely fucking hilarious. I have never seen a man try so hard to get the hell away from having ownership of anything. Or
I don't want to be in any leadership role. All right, we just gonna have you run DC. It's fine.
Yeah, like literally the whole point of him going to DC was that he was gonna sell all this shit off and he was gonna just sit back and collect a check. This motherfucker has done everything but that since he went to DC. This dude, I remember when they said, "Oh yeah, what was it? When Didio or whatever, when he got shit canned, they're like, oh yeah, no, nothing changes with Jim Lee. He's gonna keep doing the same shit he's been doing, and then next thing you know, Jim Lee's running the company." They're like, no, you in charge, in charge. But no, But getting back to, I brought all this up. The reason why this was kind of important to bring up is because back in the day, and it seems weird that Image took this stance with this union, considering what they did, how Image was founded. Image was founded by creators who worked for Marvel, and DC, who were fed up with how they were being treated, with how just the way that they didn't
the
really
established order.
The established order, like the kind of like you know what it reminded me. Remember how because we watch wrestling. Remember how like you'd hear older wrestlers talking about younger wrestlers, be like, "Oh, you hadn't paid your dues." Shit like that. It was like they were like, "No, we want to make our own thing," and they did it. And it just seemed really weird that rebel spirit of Image kind of turned into corporate fuckery when these folks were like, "Yeah, we want to unionize." They're like, "Huh?"
Yeah.
It's like when you were a teenager, you were a little fuckhead out here running around these streets causing all kind of trouble and drama, and then you have a kid.
Being called a fuckhead now. I don't take that disrespect.
I'm sorry. You was a little badass out here running around these little streets.
There you go. I got Ghost Rider in the background. You're not just finished disrespect like that. I got Ghost Rider back there now. Dog.
I'm sorry. I apologize to all 800 spirits of vengeance that are on that picture. But but no, like you have a kid and your kid's doing the same thing, and you just go sit here and act like, huh? Like you just shocked. You well, I don't think you should be doing this. This is a bad idea. And it's like, look, you were doing the same thing. Don't act special about it. But no, so basically what happened was there were, and I didn't realize it was this few. I figured when they said that all the employees were banding together, like, oh yeah, we like this shit had me thinking it was gonna be like some 800 some odd motherfuckers or something.
I mean, that's how it seemed. That's really how it seemed.
It was 9 motherfuckers. Look, it wasn't even enough motherfuckers to sentence a man to death.
But here's the thing with that, though. It was loud enough to where you thought it was way more than what it was.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no, I just thought it was funny. There was only 9 people. I was thinking at least 20 folks were going to vote on this, because you think about all the comics. Like right now, I'm actually going to pull this up.
Okay.
So, Image Comics.
Mm-hmm.
Image Comics, as it is a company that has, like right now, they have more content out there on the street than DC does right now. Mm-hmm. Think about this. This is a company right now that is running Adventure Man. It's running Deadly Class, Crossover, the Department of Truth. Let's see what else they got. They also are running, The Good Asian. We also had, it was Gideon Falls. They had Philadelphia.
Yeah. I forgot about Gideon Falls. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah. We'll be talking about that here in just a second, too. You had Nocterra. You had Monstrous. What was it? Radiant Black.
Radiant Black, yep.
You got Saga that's going to be coming back. One of my personal favorite, even though I haven't really read much of it since it came back, but one of my personal favorite comics that was out when it first kicked off was The Scumbag. That one was a really interesting comic. You also had,
that comic is so gross.
It is very gross. It's like
comic is so gross.
It was very gross. It was fucking disgusting.
Have you kept up with it?
I read the first when they came back. I read the first couple of issues. That shit got so weird. I was like, I don't know what's happening.
Oh man, you done missed it. Bro, it's a whole nasty team of like scumbag Avengers now. It is so gross. It is so gross.
You know what?
Rick Remender he's bringing out his inner like Garth-inness.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. Oh God, I'm scared. I'm scared for us all. But yeah, so that was just my way of saying that. There's a lot of stuff that Image has on the table, and it's not
Walking Dead right now. Hell, I think that's their big money maker. Even though it's finished,
Walking Dead.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Even though it's finished, they're re-releasing it as Walking Dead Deluxe. Every issue of Walking Dead, they're putting it in color now.
Oh yeah. Oh, and we also can't forget the elephant in the room.
I'm not an elephant.
So Image is also breaking out into the television realm, and movie realm with we've also got we talked about this before, the God Country movie that's supposed to be coming to Netflix. We've also got
Walking Dead is a big one.
Walking Dead.
What's the name of that other show that Kirkman did? It was the possession stuff. It was on Cinemax.
I forgot. I know what you're talking about. I don't remember the name of it. But we also can't forget Invincible. We can't forget Invincible. Yeah, of course. Speaking of that one person. But no, Image has so much going on that it's easy to forget sometimes. They don't have a lot of people that actually like legitimately work for them. Most of them are people who are doing like work for hire, or they are working outside of Image and just providing content for Image. Not everything that Image makes is in-house. So basically the list that they gave us, the list of people that were on the letter that had signed were Ryan Brewer, Leanna Conter, Marla Isaac, Drew Fitzgerald, Melissa Gifford, Chloe Ramos, Trisha Ramos, John Schlafman, and Erica Schnatz. I don't expect you to know who any of these people are. But point of the matter is, out of 9 people who voted on this, only 2 people voted against it. So...
And I guarantee those were the people that were like, just in case this goes bad, I want to be perceived and looked at as, I was with y'all. I wasn't with them. I was with y'all. Y'all see my Ghost Rider in the background? I was with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what that was.
Look, they was on some house Negro shit is what they were doing.
I ain't gonna say all that. I mean, when your job is on the line and you don't have a Marvel or an Image backing you up.
Yeah. Well, it just makes me laugh sometimes, just because we have all this it's just too much crazy shit going on right now with this because Image, who initially was not interested in being a part of this at all, having this whole union business going on, they've suddenly changed their tune. But they right now it is pretty much they are at least appearing to be, saying, okay, we're going to put in, we're actually going to do something. We're actually going to work with this, because typically what companies like to do when talk of unionizing comes up, they usually try and talk you out of it, say, well, if you let somebody else represent you, that means we can't represent you. And what if something happens? Oh my God, what if? And then they try and make it sound like, oh, being a part of a union is a terrible thing. But in fact, and I know it's been demonized by a lot of major corporate entities, so a lot of people tend to have this really weird idea of what a union is. Because oh, well, they're going to be, because I was like, oh, they always want to bring up union dues and all this other stuff. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, you have someone fighting for you when your job is on some fuck shit. And I think we've all of us, I believe, at some point in time have worked a job where something shady has happened and you had nobody in your corner to back you up, to protect you and represent you, when the company that you work for itself is trying to fuck you over and get you to do things that are either illegal, against actual company policy, or completely against your benefit. Yeah. So I think this. I honestly feel like I know this is just only starting with Image, but. And I don't expect Marvel or DC to just immediately jump in on this.
No, I doubt they jump in this shit at all.
I would love for it if they did on a proactive level, but I think something like this would have to happen, where everybody at Marvel or everybody at DC would have to do exactly what these people at Image did to make something like that happen. And even then, I don't think they would go for it.
So here's my thing, though. I gotta be honest with you. Image was the last place that I saw something like this happen, because Image always seems so much more creator focused. We know how dirty you all get done. That's why we're here for you, is what I always envisioned Image was. That's why so many people, so many creators gravitate toward it. So I was always surprised when this first came about that it was all from Image, because this is something I'm absolutely would have assumed would have happened with DC, would have happened with Marvel. So it still is real surprising that it happened with one of the companies that is supposed to be for creators to begin with. The one thing I will say about it is, you can't really just dog out unions like that, because look at professional sports. NFL has a players union. The NBA has a players union. So there is a negative stigma for whatever reason, but the basis of all these is that it's people that know what you're going through, that's trying to have your back in something. Exactly. But again, I'm surprised that this is coming from Image. I honestly don't see Marvel or DC touching this with a 10-foot pole, simply because we haven't heard anything. No. We haven't really heard any horror stories in regards to Marvel or DC. We don't hear those stories until fucking decades down the line. Bob Kane Batman and stuff like that.
Right, yeah. The whole Bill Finger debacle.
We don't hear shit about. We don't hear any kind of horror stories until people are dead and gone by that point.
Oh,
so,
yeah. Well, remember what did we talk about last year about how the rights to all of these different, and I don't mean little, major Marvel Comics characters about to just go off into the ether because of some deals. Because of the estates of Steve Ditko, Stan Lee, so on and so forth, are basically prepping to file trademarks on these deals that are about to expire. A comic, and we've also heard that, like, the case point, what was it? Ed Brubaker. I think he was one of the more vocal people as of late. Because, and even like you said, we said decades later.
Yeah.
His stuff with like Winter Soldier and his Captain America run, that was roughly about a decade ago, a little over a decade ago. And, and since he wrote that stuff, what has Marvel done with it? Turned it into multi-million-dollar franchises with Captain America, the character of the Winter Soldier. Hell, Captain America, the Winter Soldier, being what I feel is regarded as one of the greatest MCU films of all time. Up until recently, it was a lot of people's litmus test for MCU films. It was most certainly mine. But even him talking about how, they just give me a little small check, and I don't really get anything off of the millions and millions of dollars that they've made off these characters based off of stories I created. Remember, what was it, when Hawkeye came out? What was the whole thing with David Aja, where Araja, however he pronounced his last name, but where he talked about how basically they were using his art style, the art that he used for Hawkeye, and co-opting it for the credits aesthetic of the show. He didn't get a check for that. And hell, and this is even with them having Matt Fraction on as in a producer role, if I'm not mistaken. But so it's hilarious to me that sometimes it's the little things that pop up here and there. Those are the most we hear about it. But honestly, unless you start seeing people like your biggest writers at Marvel,
and that was going to be my point, unless you see some real big names, and that's why I say I don't feel like, I think this shit's going to begin and end with Image, to just keep it a buck with you, just because I think if you look at Marvel and you look at Image, though, that's big. That's Disney. That's big money. So I don't really see a lot of people at Marvel or at Disney wanting to rock the boat and start those whispers.
Right. No,
I don't see that happening in the fucking slightest. So I feel like they're going to look at Image and they're going to see how everything plays out and leave it be. If they can make this work, and that's asking a lot. That's a big ass if. If they can make this union work in a comic industry, and they make it work well, I'm all for it. But that's gonna take a lot of fucking work to do, and it's gonna take the backing of quite a lot of people. And the thing about it is, this has been going on, you said, since almost like November. I haven't seen fuck all just big name creative individual in the slightest talk about this at all. There's a reason for that.
Okay, so you know what? Let's use an example.
Yeah.
Love all roads lead back to wrestling. Remember last year when Zelina Vega?
I knew that was coming.
She said one word about unionizing. What happened less than a week later? Fired.
Okay. Because you keep up with wrestling way more so than I do. So, okay.
Well, yeah, because Paige, or Saraya, as she because that's her government name, and that's what
Yeah.
she goes by now. But Paige or Soraya, whichever you prefer to call her, I'm
Yeah.
sure she doesn't care. But she was talking about wrestlers unionizing, and then Zelina Vega. But see, the thing is, Paige does not work for WWE. She's a separate entity pretty much. I mean, she might be contracted, but she's not like an on-air personality or in the same way that other people might be. And if I'm not mistaken, I think she's completely separate from WWE now, even though she may make appearances here or there under like special circumstances. But Zelina Vega was an active roster wrestler and personality, and she put up a tweet about unionizing, like in basically confirming that she was for unionizing wrestlers, and she lost her job like that. Because companies don't like hearing people talk about unionizing. And just to kind of go back and look at some things that, because I saw some really interesting stuff here in the chat. Talking about, what was it? Infinite Content said that I had a loss prevention manager try to put the screws to me for some missing Xanax pills in my job before. Said I flipped it on him when I asked, "Where's my union rep?" And the convo ended quick. That's because they know that if you bring in that union rep, all it's going to do is lead to a conversation that they don't want to have, because they know that the union will start bringing in lawyers. They'll start making it into like a legal deal, because they are going to go hard body in the paint to protect you. They don't want to deal with that kind of a headache. So
here's my question to Infinite Comics. You had them pills, boy. You just knew the right thing to say.
Wait.
You been popping pills, boy.
Look, now here's the real thing, though.
Let's get work started. You got the pills, boy.
If you don't want to incriminate yourself, just blink.
I know you did. You probably the reason that Jack in the Box ran out of my damn tortillas for my breakfast burritos.
He ain't gonna let that shit go.
Damn right, I'm not gonna let this go. They wrote this and put it in my bag. We ran out of tortillas.
They couldn't even tell you. They just said, "Nah, put it in the bag." He won't know. You don't know until you open the bag.
But I mean, if this will be the last I'll speak on it, and then you can have it. If it does work out, I don't see Marvel or DC touching it, because it'll be one of those cases where, I mean, that's good for you. You see what I mean?
Yeah. No, they're not gonna fuck with it.
Yeah, that's how I think they'll look at it. Oh, that works for you guys.
That's
great. Great.
That's cute.
Not even cute, but it's just like, I'm happy you're being helped. That's cool.
They'll treat you like an ex that you just on semi-friendly terms with. Like, man, I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
But no, what was it? R. Kelly said, what was it? Lunch breaks, collective bargaining, pensions, vacation, all union byproducts. And that is true. You would not have these things in normal working, like, and I'm talking about like even in non union jobs, all this stuff was byproduct because of what unionization did for the workforce as a whole. These things used to not be normal. These things that we take for granted that are a part of our jobs. Yeah, that was the thing.
Yeah, that's my whole thing on it. If it works out for him, cool, but I don't see anybody else doing anything with it.
Yeah, no, it won't. It won't. You might see smaller. Like, okay, I'll tell you this much. You might see smaller imprints. They might do it. Like, you might see your after show. Well, I say that because they are most of them are kind of in a similar boat. Where some of them are creator owned. Creator owned and operated works. You might see other like, I don't even think it's so much a thing that you'll see with just Image Comics as a whole. I think you'll see some individual creators do it. But I will say, and this is funny, and matter of fact, before we do so, I do want to address a couple of things real quick, because we do got the homie Ed Boy in the cut with 12 months
Nice.
12 months of Blerd Club Gold, my guy. Says when they found an image, they were powerless. Now they have all the power and don't want to lose it. Money and power changes perspectives. It really does. Really does. Like, you think about some of these people out here that went from being nothing to being, like, filthy rich. And you can catalog watching how those motherfuckers changed over the years. Like, nah, I got money now. I'm different.
Yeah.
We also
what?
What was up?
I just thought about something. Now, honestly, this is my stance on it.
Mm.
I don't think anyone else is going to do it. They're just going to let them have it. If it worked, but I doubt it does. But my thing is, now that I'm thinking about it, what's the whole reason for them wanting to do this in the first fucking place?
Apparently there was some issue. There was some issue with I guess, like, rights and things of that nature. Like little protections, because they're honestly in it. I'm not saying it's just image, but it's simple shit that I think a lot of other companies have going on with them that creators deal with at other companies. Like, for case in point, this is even said in their letter. They said that for years, comics publishing workers have watched our professional efforts support creators and delight readers. Sadly, we have also watched that same labor be taken for granted at best and exploited at worst, where keeping our heads above water was the new normal before the pandemic, and since its onset, we have been expected to take on even larger workloads with fewer resources. They say our workforce and the comic book and publishing industry as a whole is overtaxed and undervalued. Now, for those that don't directly understand what that means, basically what they're saying is that they're being overworked. Think about it. You've been on Ryan Stegman and Donny Cates' Substack stream. And I know for a fact, because I've listened in, this is something that's actually come up more than a couple of times. And we've even talked about this with other about and with other creators, is that they work a lot. They're always doing something. And it's in some cases, some creators will make it sound like, oh, yeah, it's just a thing that I do. But in reality, a lot of these creators, they are being pushed to crank out content on a level that is, in some cases, unreasonable, and they're not being paid particularly well for it, considering how much these companies are making on the bottom line off of their work. It's very similar to something we talked about that goes on in the manga industry, where creators basically are worked to the bone and probably don't make as much money as people want to believe they do for something that makes millions of dollars. This is what this is all about. This is about trying to create equity within that industry so that people can do the thing that they love and not have to, like, case in point, not have to do work for 12 different books on a schedule that would typically realistically only allow for them to maybe complete 5 and then get paid as though that they only did 5. If that makes any sense. That's it's not saying that, it's not like an exact hard confirmation of anything or representative of anything that's actually happening, but that's the sentiment as it's been expressed. That basically people aren't being properly compensated for the things that they do, and I'm not surprised by it. I'm not, because Marvel has been doing that for 5 ever. But I mean, like I said, it is what it is. It is what it is. Joel C with the 6 months says that Blerd shirt is fire. Well, you know what? Thank you for that. Matter of fact, if you want a shirt of your own,
Chill.
Hey, don't hate.
It's just dry. It's dry over here, man. It's LA, man.
Don't hate. If you would like a shirt of your own, you can get one, because I'm about to put the link in the chat. Like I hit him with the, sorry, my brother, you got to get your own. But no,
Oh, God.
seriously, I just put a link to the chat. You can go to blerd.com/blerd shop. And you can find this as well as others. I actually have one shirt. I almost wore it, but I know I would get no end of shit from Carter for it. So maybe I'll wear it next week.
See, it's talks like that that's gonna make me start fucking union in here, man, because I don't feel like I'm being appreciated.
You're appreciated. Anyway, Mr. Wright with the $20 super chat says, on this Europe rotation, appreciate you guys very much. I'll need the cave and the council to get me through this. Hey,
What the fuck you doing over there in Europe?
Hey, look. Hey, look, it is what it is, man. Sometimes, look, you got to be an international man of mystery out here in these streets.
I'm happy I didn't start drinking this before you said that ugly ass statement. Okay, don't bring Austin Powers into this. Okay.
Actually, I tell you what, I want to show everybody what I was talking about.
Blerd Without Fear's opinions are his opinions and his opinions only. I don't care about all this unionization shit. I don't work for fucking Image. This is all Blerd, okay? I just want to see this ugly ass shirt, okay?
It's not ugly.
It's a white tee, so it automatically loses points. You can only wear that 2 or 3 times. Oh, Lord, I would flame you endlessly. I would flame you.
Why do you think I haven't worn it? At least I have worn it. I just have not worn it when you are present.
Oh, boy.
So yeah, no, no, because I already. I want y'all to hear. I want y'all to see. By the way, it's a really nice design, but you just got like the got Blerd, and then you got the Spawn, got the Al Simmons. He's got the trademark with the pink and the blue eyes. It's pretty slick. Pretty slick. So now y'all know why I haven't worn it. on the show at least. I've actually worn the shirt. But just it's a thing. So there you go. Now you know. The more
I just don't like it's a white t-shirt.
Well, I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I kind of want to see if I have to go in the shop and look. I don't think that they have it in black.
Hard. Bruh, I need to see a Savage Dragon Blerd shirt. You would never see me on the Blerd Cave again.
Bruh.
You would never. Look at me. Look at me, boy. You would never see me on the Blerd Cave again. Okay? If that nigga over there wore a Savage Dragon Blerd shirt, okay? I would quit unceremoniously. Would pour liquor out on this floor if this floor was not fake wood paneling. I would quit this show if that motherfucker right there wears Savage Dragon Blerd shirt. There is no saving Savage Dragon. Okay.
Okay. Now I will say this. I do want to put this out here. That is not the only style shirt they have. They actually. And I feel like I'm advertising here, but you know what? I'm going to do it because you know what? I love these guys. These guys do a lot for me. Blerd.com is just an amazing website. Not to mention run by really awesome people who I had the pleasure of actually personally hanging out with when I went to Dragon Con last year. So I will actually – so I'm going to do this. This is coming from your boy. So check this out. We're going to translate here real quick. Here are some of the other shirts that are available. You can get a Black Panther shirt. You can get a Blade shirt. You can get a Blue Marvel shirt. You can get a Cyborg shirt. You can get a Jon Stewart shirt. In the same vein. You can also get here. Let's switch to this next one. You can also get a Miles Morales shirt. There is a Monica Rambeau shirt. If you don't recognize who that is, that's the version of Monica Rambeau from WandaVision. There's Nick Fury shirt. There's also what was she called? Knight was it Sister Knight? From Watchmen.
Watchmen, yeah.
Yeah, with the big blue dude. We got big old Dr. Manhattan. Got old Yaya back there. In the background. Got the Candyman back there in Blueface. There's, of course, the Spawn shirt. There's a Storm shirt that y'all have seen me wear in the past. And there's also a Static shirt in there.
See,
well.
Blerd.radio, he understands. The pit stains are real. Wear one of those white ass shirts and go and have any kind of fun whatsoever. You will never wear that shirt again. Okay?
Oh no! Make no mistake. I recognize this, and that's the reason why I don't wear white shirts very often, if ever.
It's pit stains and the fact that I can't get in my white tee out of my fucking head. I can't get that out of my head.
Let's see.
So that song will always be playing when I would wear a white t-shirt.
Let's see. Look, let's see. Here was it. Oh Lord, so yes, a savage. Wait, Blavich Dragon.
Oh God,
Lord, no, I
God.
can't do it.
You know what? Those would be some really cool Blerd caves if you just wore one of those white t-shirts each episode. Because you motherfuckers would just wonder like what shirt he wearing this week, and then after you go through like 12 of them, you just never wear them motherfuckers again.
Dude, actually, you know what I thought about? Actually, when I get some extra Skrilla, I'm actually gonna go and get
Ernie.
What?
This is not 06.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is
sorry.
not a Paul Wall album. Nobody says Skrilla.
Oh,
No
damn!
more
I forgot.
dog.
I forgot. We're in 2022.
Thug is Young Thug now, not Slim Thug.
That's
now,
Young Thug. Okay. Oh, wait. What's hot in the streets these days?
That boy says Skrilla.
What do the children say now when they talk about money? Do they still say racks? Do they still say stacks? What is the preferred nomenclature?
No, it's bands now. It's all about the bands.
It's
man.
bands. Oh, damn. Okay. All right. Well, when I get some more bands, look, I love too that I'm seeing people like going on and buying stuff. That's awesome of y'all. Thank you.
Skrilla.
I've literally
the name
killed
of this Blerd kid. Skrilla.
Wait. Triple Dot just said ducats.
Oh God,
Dude, my mom used to say that. Look, we say ducats and dead presidents.
I remember dead presidents.
Yeah,
I do remember dead presidents.
Do they say guap anymore? Look,
I need Blerd.radio to go in his kitchen and go behind the green screen. Don't ever say that again. Don't say that shit again around here, man.
I'm just saying.
Save that for Blerd.radio. Save that for your Twitch stream. Don't bring your ass in my house. Okay. Put your feet on my couch and had the nerve to say guap in my fucking presence. Don't do that again, bro. Don't do that again. That's how niggas get pepper sprayed. Don't do that again. Don't do that.
Havoc said, how about Blue Marvel Blerd? Yeah, no, that's actually one I really want. I'm tapping. That's probably gonna be the first one I get. That and the Monica Rambeau and Blade. Those will probably be the first. And of course, I definitely get Miles Morales. Shit, duh. And Static. I mean, well, I'm just gonna get all of them. Fucking, I'm just gonna get all of them. Fucking, I don't care. I'd be like, man, can I get a? Can your boy get a get the big giant? can I get the big boy discount? But no. Speaking of craziness and weird, amazing things happening.
Yep.
Because we also got got a couple more super chats going on here as well. We got Gokhan Shuri's baby's father with a $2 super chat says just wanted to support. About to get my hair cut. Oh, he about to get chopped. They don't say that anymore, do they? They say that anymore? They don't say that anymore.
I don't know, because I have said that several times. I can't even say that shit anymore since I do it myself now.
You can still say it. It still counts. It still counts. I mean,
no, you can't though, because if I'm I'll be over there in a minute. I gotta go get chopped. Oh, where you finna go get your haircut? I thought all the barbershop was closed. Oh, in my bathroom. Oh,
who your barber, man? Can you introduce
you got
me?
the barber coming over to the crib?
No. See what you do is you do like
No.
you be like, hey, yo, man, who your barber? Who your barber, man? Can you put me on? And then you be like, yeah, hold on 1 minute. Yeah, what's up, man?
Nah, you gotta get real close to your camera and shit, and then they just see the clippers hitting your head, but then you accidentally pan too far out, and they just see it's your arm
Right.
coming out that motherfucker out.
Dude, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna show some age here. When you did that just then, you know what it made me think about?
Uh-oh.
You remember Chicago from Poetic Justice?
Oh, combing them waves.
Yeah, he was the man who was like, I'm like, bro. Dude.
To this day, that is the reason I still use hand brushes, because it makes me laugh so hard.
Dude, that shit's fucking hilarious.
Just,
Like,
man, that nigga had no waves whatsoever. He brushing the hair out of his head.
dude, that man almost brushed his hair off. We got Tubes of One with the $5 super chat. Says, I feel like if Dwayne McDuffie was still alive, he'd probably support unionizing, especially after what happened back with Static number 25. Yeah, okay, Dwayne McDuffie, considering that in a roundabout way, they didn't call it this, but they may as well have. When Milestone was created, it was created for the same reasons that Image was created. But because of how black people were being treated in the comics industry, more specifically, and it was basically a way to get those creators to kind of have a piece of the pie that was their own and, be able to protect, one another in an industry where they probably had less protection than, other popular writers and artists and colors, inkers, so on and so forth at the time who weren't black. So yeah, I 100% agree. I think Dwayne McDuffie would if Dwayne McDuffie was alive and well today, you would see him talking. If you didn't see anyone else talking about it, you'd see Dwayne McDuffie talking about it, because he was not a quiet man. He was not a quiet man. He was a very outspoken and vocal individual about the things that he cared about and believed in. And if anyone does not believe that, I direct you to no further than a joke piece, a joke pitch that he wrote back in the day. It was titled what was it? It was Teenage something Negro Thrashers. It was a
I remember you talking about this, actually.
It was hilarious to me. Because it was making fun of, I actually have yep, this is it right here. Here, I'm gonna pull this up. I want y'all to see what I'm talking about, because I know some of y'all may. That's what it was. It was Teenage Negro Ninja Thrashers.
Yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, here, let's take a look at it. This right here says, this is Dwayne McDuffie. This is a proposal for a new series, Teenage Negro Ninja Thrashers. First draft, December 13th, 1989.
Man.
Says, in the past year, 25% of all African American superheroes appearing in the Marvel Universe possessed skateboard-based superpowers. In an attempt to remain on the cutting edge of comics, I hereby propose a new series that will fully exploit this exciting new trend. Teenage Negro Ninja Thrashers. Says, when a group of teenaged Negroes find cosmic-powered skateboards, their lives are forever changed. A team of distinct characters join together, swearing an oath to use their powers for good. First and foremost, Rocket Racer, a black guy on a skateboard. Next up, Night Thrasher, a black guy on a skateboard. Dark Wheelie, a black guy on a skateboard. And their leader, the mysterious black guy on a skateboard known only as that mysterious black guy on a skateboard. This is a surefire hit as it contains all of these popular elements. Circa 1974 clothing and hairstyles. Bizarre speech patterns, unrecognizable by any member of any culture on the planet. A smart white friend to help them out of the trouble they get into.
Okay.
They're heroes who could be you, if you were black, I mean. They're on skateboards. They have an attractive white female friend to calm them down when they get too excited. Face it, Pilgrim. This one's got it all. Have I made my point? There you go. The words, a reading from the book of McDuffie.
This almost sounds like it could be an In Living Color skit. Or like this would have been a movie that came out in like that Blank Man era.
Dude, because the whole thing was, he wrote this. He wrote this. I mean, yeah, it's a joke pitch, but I mean, this wasn't like something that he didn't turn. I mean, he turned that in. He turned that in while he was still at Marvel, because at the time, that was a thing. Some of you may or may not remember characters like y'all might have thought those were jokes, but characters like Rocket Racer and Night Thrasher were real characters. That's actually an aspect of Night Thrasher a lot of people tend to overlook, is the fact that he used to run around with a skateboard. Yeah, a lot of people remember them sticks and that gray ass costume. But the thing that people try to forget about is that motherfucking skateboard he used to be on. That was a whole grown ass man riding a skateboard into battle. Lord knows that man. Dude, could you imagine? Because you've watched people. I don't skateboard because I'd kill myself. But I mean, you've seen motherfuckers fuck up on a skateboard, right?
I've seen it every time I go to Venice on a weekend.
Okay, so imagine you were a superhero. Carter. And your ass on a skateboard, you riding in a battle. Like imagine, let me set it up for you. Imagine that you were in that. Remember in the Into the Spider-Verse where Miles was getting the leap of faith moment where like everyone's like, oh man, you don't know, it just happens and it's a leap of faith, and you're out here, you got the skateboard, you ride that motherfucker, you just whoosh, and you flying through the air on your skateboard, and you getting ready to land on this rail, and you rack yourself on that motherfucker, just rack your nuts on it. That would be the most dude. How are you gonna fight a supervillain after that? you just bop. And you just lay there. You be on one of them fail army videos. By the way, just in case anyone's wondering, someone actually did make a mock-up of what Dwayne McDuffie was talking about.
No, they did.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
Oh, Lord.
Someone actually did make them. I don't know who did this. I actually found it one day when I was, this was like a ways back when I was doing a video about some Dwayne McDuffie related stuff. I think it might have been for like just a Milestone Media video in general. But but yeah, you see what you got Night Thrasher in the middle, Rocket Racer on the right, and Dark Wheelie on the left. All these motherfuckers with skateboards.
It looked like the person who drew those old Dope Spill YouTube videos.
Yeah. I'm just saying, it was a thing. It was a thing. It was a thing. This was a thing that actually happened. I mean, honestly, if Dwayne McDuffie would have actually made the teenage Negro Ninja Thrashers, it probably would have been a lit comic. It probably would have been one of the coolest comics ever. It would have been against all odds, but it would have probably been good.
Blerd.radio said it would have been on UPN.
It would look right between what was it, Moesha and
Malcolm and Eddie.
Malcolm and Eddie.
What's funny, I don't know if you saw this old interview with Eddie Griffin. It was an old interview on Vlad TV. He said during that era where it was him and it was Monique and the Parkers and stuff, if you remember, it was a lot of black shows. And Eddie Griffin made the joke. Apparently, Monique and Malcolm Jamal Warner and all the other black actors around that time, they used to call UPN the "You Pick a Nigga" network because you just pick a nigga to war.
Dude, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know where it was going.
Yeah. Well, apparently that was a running joke that Brandy and all of them had back then. The UPN was the "You Pick a Nigga" network. Which I'm just like,
dude,
wow.
You know what? You remember the WWB? Oh, not WWB, but WB.
I was gonna say, what WB? What the fuck were you watching?
I was thinking about WWE I was seeing some for WWE, so it came out. Anyway, the WB, but that was I remember what was it? Back in the day, it was mostly black shows.
Yeah,
because it was the Parenthood, the Steve Harvey show,
Hanging with Mr. Cooper,
all that shit. It was basically like, and then you had that motherfucking Michigan J Frog out there announcing when the show was coming. All right, fucking tap dancing ass, crooning ass frog. Okay, cool, that's nice. But we do have other stuff to talk about, even though this has actually been incredibly fun and impromptu. You know what? Let's go the opposite direction.
Okay.
Talking about some of the blackest entertainment out there. Talk about some of the whitest.
Okay.
I'm joking. I'm purely joking. I'm only saying it because we're literally transitioning from talking about the UPN and the WB to talking about something else Image Comics did this week.
All right.
Dude, they did it. They landed a big one. Jeff Lemire. Exclusive. He's exclusive now. They put a ring on him. He can't. I'm sorry. Marvel, DC, y'all tried. He can't fuck with you no more. Them late night calls, them 10, 11 o'clock at night, midnight calls.
Yeah. For
Jeff Lemire coming, tighten you up a little bit with a book.
Yeah.
Can't do that no more. He's off the market. He's off the market.
That's huge.
Yeah. And
I say that because this is not Marvel or DC. This is someone doing this at Image.
Yeah.
Which I think if you're a conspiracy theorist, for this news to come out to kind of put that union
shit
back here somewhere.
By the way, we got Jeff Lemire.
Yeah, but that's actually that. I want to know what they offered that man, because we haven't really heard anything. We haven't really heard any kind of exclusivity shit in a minute. I think the last thing was really Tom King going to DC.
Yeah, Tom King. Oh well, and okay, so here's what we know.
Yeah,
here's what we know. Jeff Lemire, exclusive deal with Image for all projects in 2022 and beyond. They don't say till 2030.
Yeah, that's nuts.
2035. The motherfucker just said beyond. They may as well have just said forever.
Forever. Yeah, that's crazy. But I think it says a lot about Marvel and DC though. Just because if Jeff Lemire is going to Image, you have to think about the stories that he's wanting to tell. And apparently these are stories that he wants to tell that he couldn't tell anywhere else, maybe because he would be handcuffed almost with a lot of red tape, what have you, with Marvel and DC. So it says a lot about what he wants to talk about and the ideas and stories that are running around his head that he said, you know what, Image is going to be the place for me. So I'm excited about it. I'm really excited about it. I'm a big fan of Jeff Lemire. I've been a fan of his for a while. It's kind of sad that the last thing I'm going to read from him is this Big Two Wise. It's going to be
the Swamp.
It's going to be Swamp Thing.
Yeah, Green Hell.
That's kind of sad, but I still have my Sentry to fall back on. We still have his Moon Knight run.
Yep. His Moon Knight was fantastic.
Yeah, I still have his Animal Man right here.
Animal Man, yep. Shit. He did dude, you know what I forgot about? He wrote the first 12 issues of the Thanos series that Donny Cates gets credit for.
Wait, James Tynion is exclusive to someone?
I think so.
Really?
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Okay, I saw Ed Boy saying James Tynion.
If he might have signed one. If he signed one recently, because I know he still does work for DC under DC Black Label, and he does work for Boom Studios. Most assuredly, if he's exclusive to anybody, I imagine it would have to be it would have to be Boom, because shit, I don't know, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's still doing work for DC.
Okay.
He's still doing work for other imprints, so I don't know, who would he be exclusive to.
Good as mine.
But okay, so here's the other thing. Here's the real question. What does this mean for his other projects? Well, we already brought up Swamp Thing, Green Hell.
Yep.
There also, we can't forget, this is one I believe he does for Dark Horse. Black Hammer, which he's been on. That is going to continue. He's going to finish it out. He's going to finish out that book. It will not be changing publishers or imprints. Okay. He stays on that book until it's complete. I think he said he has several issues left that he's obligated to write for them. This also does not affect his Substack at all. He gets to still do that as well. Because the deal is... Okay, so here's Lemire's clarification. This deal is for print only. Meaning I will continue to publish comics online through Substack as well as through print and Image.
Okay.
It says I have an exemption to write the final few Black Hammer series, which will be released through Dark Horse and my Substack over the next couple of years, and all Black Hammer books will continue to be published through Dark Horse. Nothing is moving.
Okay.
So, but this means basically no more work for DC or Marvel. He is not coming back to write Moon Knight or Sentry or X-Men or any of that shit. He ain't coming back to write none of it. He ain't coming back to write The Question. He ain't coming back to write. Look, that Sweet Tooth shit. You ain't getting no more Sweet Tooth. It's done. Actually,
wait, what Sweet Tooth Image?
Yeah. Or actually, no, yeah. Technically, yeah. So, yeah, you get more Sweet Tooth. But no, wait. Sweet Tooth was DC, I think.
Was it?
I think Sweet Tooth was DC. I think. I believe so. I could be wrong. I want to say it was DC, though. Like I said, I'd be happy to be wrong. But,
fucking Vertigo. There you go.
Yeah, Vertigo. So, there you go.
So, it was DC, yep.
Yeah, so technically DC Black Label now because Vertigo no longer exists.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you ain't getting no more Constantine or Constantine.
Oh, God.
No more Animal Man. No more Justice League Dark. You ain't getting none of it.
This is one of those cases where it's kind of what I said about, like,
I see what
Reggie.
you're saying. I see
what you mean.
No, what Ed Boy was saying is that the James Tynion will probably be signing an exclusive deal.
Oh, okay.
Now, once he wraps up all his other stuff, he'll probably be exclusive to somebody.
Okay. But yeah, I think this is what the thing I was saying about Reggie Helen. If you like his old shit, you got to go buy his old album. You're going to have to go back and you better get as much of the Jeff Lemire stuff as you want right now. Man.
Dude, you know what I want to get? Actually, I'm pretty sure they have it collected. I want to get an omnibus of Jeff Lemire's Moon Knight, because that Moon Knight was hitting.
I think I don't think it's like collected. I think
I get in trade volumes or something like that.
Yeah.
He did like he did, oh god, what was it? 14. He did like 14 some odd issues of Moon Knight, which were all good. But a lot of people forget, like I said earlier, Thanos, the series of Thanos that Donny Cates gets all the credit for.
Yeah.
Jeff Lemire wrote the first 12 issues of it. But I mean, it's great. It's great.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Regardless. Also, dude, I forgot he was on Extraordinary X-Men. I forgot about that.
Oh shit! I forgot about that. That was the Old Man Logan stuff too.
Old Man Logan. Yep, he was Old Man Logan.
Yep.
He did shit. Oh my god, I forgot. Going back to his DC stuff. Going back to DC stuff. I forgot about and I don't know how I could. Fucking Green Arrow. When
with Andrea Sorrentino.
Yep.
Yes.
I forgot about it. And his green. So yeah, and you know how Carter and I always talk about how DC New 52. What was it? We always say the same comics every fucking time. The only comics worth reading: Swamp Thing, Animal Man, Batman. I can make a case for Wonder Woman. But
see,
Green.
I like it.
No, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I completely forgot about that. And that was, I don't know if that won an Eisner, but a lot of people were saying it did. Okay.
I think it. Okay, well, here's what I can say about it. About it. So Green Arrow, New 52, was not hitting when it started. But it did start hitting when Jeff Lemire got on it. When Jeff Lemire took over, Green Arrow became a book to look out for.
That was...
because it was 17. It was issue number 17 that he started with. And I remember reading that book and be like, oh, God, this is not great. And then when he got to 17 and Jeff Lemire took over, I was like, all right.
And I think that was a 1-2 punch, though. I think that's where you really have to give credit to both parties. You have to give credit to the writing and you have to give credit to the art. Because I more so wanted to check that book out because of Andrea Sorrentino. Because,
it looked amazing.
Yeah, and the book that they had done previously for New 52, which was I, Vampire, which a lot of people should have fucking read.
Yeah.
That's where I found out who Andrea Sorrentino was. So I think it was a combination. I think it was the Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman before the Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman of Lemire and Sorrentino, where you had this just amazingly good art, trippy art with the story to back it up. Because I think at that point, the only person that was really still hitting the New 52 was Scott Snyder, because his Batman stuff didn't really do any New 52 anything. He just kept it going.
He was doing his own shit. He was doing his own thing. He didn't give a fuck about anything anybody was doing.
Restart. Well, not even that. It was just more so Batman and Robin were just like, yeah, the New 52 stuff happened, but we gonna keep going what I had.
Right. Yeah. I'm gonna do my thing.
Pretty much.
I'm gonna do my shit.
And now they're actually bringing it back in current Batman stuff, where I know you're probably not keeping up with it. I wouldn't be mad at you if you weren't. But Lex Luthor is now funding Batman Incorporated. They pulling Batman Incorporated back from the abyss.
That I did hear about. I've been kind of surreptitiously keeping up with Batman related shenanigans. I'm so over Batman. I'm so fucking over Batman. Like what was it? I know yesterday on I Freaking Love Comics, they were talking about this, about how like when you read DC solicits, it's like you look at Marvel solicits, it's a bunch of Avengers, X-Men, Captain America, Captain Marvel, Spider-Man. There's a lot of other, some Black Panther stuff. They got some Storm stuff, all that shit. You see all this different shit going on. And then you go to DC and you just see 20 Batman books and like maybe a Wonder Woman book.
That was actually true this week. That was actually true this week. Every book I saw was something. It was Batman. It was Batman and Robin. It was Detective. It was the Joker puzzle box. It was just straight Batman shit this week. And I was just like, I don't want to read any of this. I hope Ernie does not ask me for a recommended because no.
Well, this is largely why I got away from reading a lot of DC stuff. And here's the thing. Here's the fucked up part. You know what's even crazy about that list of solicits? Even the books that Batman isn't like the core character of, whatever wasn't a Batman solicit had Batman on it.
Yeah, like the fucking Joker books.
Yeah, it's like, dude, why is Batman here? We don't need Batman. Dude, I was like, look, y'all know y'all got other superheroes, right? Y'all know y'all got other superheroes.
I think the only thing that's hitting with Batman right now is the Jock story. I think it's One Long Night, I think is the name of where he's writing and doing the art for it. You are absolutely correct, Justin Malone. Superman Unchained was mid as fuck, and I was really hoping that book was going to be good because it was Scott Snyder and it was Jim Lee doing the fucking art. And I bought that when it came out, and that shit was watered down Jack Daniels. It was mid.
Said watered
It was mid.
Down Jack Daniels. Goddamn. No, I will say though, for those that okay, you know what? I'm gonna say something it's gonna come off as inflammatory. But I'm gonna say it anyway because I don't care. You know how we give Matt Fraction, David Aja their flowers for for Hawkeye?
Okay.
I feel like Jeff Lemire did for Green Arrow what Matt Fraction and David Aja, so Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino, they did for Green Arrow what Matt Fraction did, and David Aja did for Hawkeye.
I would disagree with that. I would say because Benjamin Percy and Otto Schmidt also did a Green Arrow that was just as good.
Before,
plus that was after.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm talking about kickstarting the thing that makes them, because honestly, a lot of what Jeff Lemire did got copied in the CW Arrow. A lot of what he did for that got copied in the Arrow.
Yeah, I think it did. I think it did.
Actually. They actually, because here's the thing, DC or rather CW.
Yeah.
All of the shows that started the Arrowverse, so Arrow primarily, and then Flash.
Green Batman.
Yes. Batman with a hood instead of ears, he's got a hood. But no, basically what I'm saying is that like they were responsible for kind of informing how we see things with these characters, going forward.
Yeah. And
with Arrow, I feel like some of that kind of changed because Arrow became less the character that he is now in the comics versus what he was during Lemire's run. But the thing is, they borrowed so much from the New 52 because that was what was technically out at the time. If you actually went back and look at Arrow and Flash, a lot of the shit that they had came from New 52. It wasn't like the older stuff that came prior. They did take some stuff from those things, but primarily Arrow and Flash were New 52 adaptations. Because I remember, what was it? Flash especially, because what was when they did the whole I'm the future Flash, like that whole thing with Savitar and whatnot. That was straight out of New 52. That was straight out of New 52. Even the depictions of certain characters who Flash was dating at certain points in that series, all of it came from New 52. All of it. All of it came from New 52. But same thing goes for Arrow. A lot of the stuff that came to the Arrowverse in terms of the Arrow TV show, a lot of it came from Jeff Lemire. For better or worse. And I say for better or worse because it was CW. But yeah, it's just saying how you can write something that can shape how people view something. Now, not to say that Benjamin Percy didn't do a good job with Green Arrow, but to me, Jeff Lemire's Green Arrow just sticks out to me more, largely because of the art style from Sorrentino. The writing was great, don't get me wrong, but the art was just like, It was so good. Uh, it was unlike anything else that I was reading at the time. I'll put it like that.
Mm.
To even put a finer point on it. For those who don't know what we're talking about here, I'm actually going to pull up a panel real quick. Not even a panel, a page. But like, you look at this, like, dude, shit looked amazing.
Yeah.
It looked amazing. Look at this. Also, I hate because it did the whole, my name is Oliver. Oh, Lord, no. My name is Oliver Queen. I spent 2 weeks out of 4 years on a deserted, or rather semi-deserted island that I could leave anytime I wanted to and come back anytime I wanted to. I would use my white privilege and money to fight to fight almost super villains, mostly regular men. And I would also use my status as a superhero to basically keep secrets from people, do whatever I want, and basically come and go as I please without consequence because I'm white. It's the reason why I don't wear a full mask, so that when the police show up and they start getting ready to shoot, they realize I'm a white guy and just let me go on with my day. I am the Green Arrow.
I thought you were going to show that one shot where like somebody touches Oliver's forehead and it looked like somebody blew his brains out.
Dude,
like that big
oh yeah,
full page joint. That was nuts.
that was nice. Actually, you know what? I kind of want to find that now. I kind of want to go find that. That shit was fucking awesome. But yeah, I think that not only that, it was one of the better usages of the character Richard Dragon that I've seen in a while.
That's where Diggle came from, was the New 52 stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah, Diggle. Yeah. So yeah, there was that. And now Diggle's like a major part of, well, not major anymore, I guess, but Diggle became a major portion.
He was supposed to be Green Lantern, and they did nothing with it. Yeah, that would have made me watch CWDC shows.
Well, no, you know what they did, right? They did it when they basically were done with the entire fucking thing.
So he actually, and the only reason I know this is because the same way I keep up with like other shit, random YouTube clip. Just a random YouTube clip popped up. He was on an episode of Flash, and for whatever reason, he still has the ring, but for whatever reason, it's giving him headaches and flashbacks. And shit
I did
like
hear about that. I was like, what? Look, man, just let that brother be powerful. Damn it.
Wait. Pause. Wait.
Hold up.
Raymond Hahn, not gonna lie, I hated that art. You hated the Andrea Sorrentino art? Are you serious?
What?
That's
what?
Wow, man.
I mean, that's a choice.
That's you're the first person I've heard say that. Wow.
Yeah, that is a choice.
Who called? No, Twitter didn't call him that.
What?
TJ Tennant said, I hate it, yet laughed when Twitter called him niggle.
I fucking hate it here. I hate it here.
No.
I fucking hate it here. Will Brown says, Soul of the Bat, Richard Dragon. Yeah, Richard Dragon. A lot of people forget about Richard Dragon.
Who the fuck is Richard Dragon?
He's one of the martial arts characters in the DC Comics universe. Okay, I will say this. It's easy to forget about him because technically the things that spawned off from him became more important than him. Case in point, Bronze Tiger and Shiva. Lady Shiva. Okay. But Richard Dragon is a longtime friend, confidant, and sometimes frenemy of Bronze Tiger. And Richard Dragon is considered one of the best fighters in the DC Comics universe. Like, right up there with Bronze Tiger and Lady Shiva. And Lady Shiva is considered to be the best fighter, period, in the DC Comics universe. So that's high praise. But Richard Dragon, so basically, okay, so Richard Dragon came at a time where, once again, Kung Fu, martial arts was a huge deal. Case in point, why you had stuff like the Deadly Hands of Shang-Chi, so on and so forth. It was around that time, and kind of was similar vein, but Richard Dragon, different character. And I think I want to say I wasn't really watching Arrow that hardcore at this point, but I want to say they even adapted him to the Arrowverse.
I don't know for sure. Bronze Tiger, I know, but I don't know about.
Yes,
Richard
they did.
Dragon.
It was okay. So Kirk Acevedo.
Okay.
Kirk Acevedo. He was Richard Dragon. Though they did a very different version of Richard Dragon. He was not exactly the character that he should have been, but it was.
Oh wow.
It was
okay.
Thing. But I mean, I liked it. It was cool. It was Kirk. I like Kirk. I don't know. I like Kirk Acevedo as an actor, primarily because like my first introduction to him was when he was Miguel Alvarez on Oz.
Okay.
But yeah, neither here nor there. But yeah, Richard Dragon is, for all intents and purposes, a white dude. He's for all intents and purposes a white dude. But yeah, they made him
yeah, guys. Michael Jai White was Bronze Tiger. Yep.
Yes, he was. Yes,
Yep.
he was.
That was the CW pseudo Suicide Squad.
Yeah, which they had to cancel because of the movie.
Did not know that.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't know if you know. So the reason why Suicide Squad, Deathstroke, all that shit got killed off of the Arrowverse was because of movies. Because when the first Suicide Squad movie came out, that was when they started phasing out Suicide Squad from Arrow because they said they didn't want to have two different versions. One on TV, one on the movies, because they thought it would confuse people. And then they got rid of Deathstroke because they were planning to put Deathstroke in the Batman movie that never came out, but is ultimately now the Batman that's coming out this year. Back when Ben Affleck was supposed to be doing it, originally Deathstroke was supposed to be the bad guy of that movie, and they're like, well, since we're doing this, we got to kick Manu Bennett's ass off to the side. You got to go on, get.
Which was crazy because that was the one takeaway people had from Arrow, even though they may have not liked Stephen Amell or anything else. They said Manu Bennett's Deathstroke was the truth.
He was the season. Okay, his time on the show was the high point of what was a 7-8 season series.
Yeah.
In season 2, you hit your high point in season 2 and been on the decline ever since. We also got one here. Let's see. We got one from Ed Boy the Cut here with a $5 super chat. Says, if you want something cool that doesn't involve Batman, the current Action Comics run by Philip Kennedy Johnson is phenomenal.
Oh, wow. That shows how much I know. I thought Bendis was still writing it.
No, Bendis is he's about to be back on Naomi with David F. Walker, I believe. So that because Naomi season 2 is supposed to be kicking off here pretty soon, and there's some other stuff going on there too. But don't make me tell a lie. Don't make me tell a lie. I just know that it's coming. But yeah, that was all. Like I said, once again, we got way out in the weeds there. But since we're way out in the weeds, let's talk about something that is way out in the fucking weeds that I can't believe is actually happening. Carter, were you aware that we are getting a Scott Pilgrim anime? Scott Pilgrim.
Anime or animated series?
No, the wording they used was anime. They said, Brian Lee O'Malley's Scott Pilgrim is getting an anime adaptation, is what is being said.
Oh, wow.
This is from the Hollywood Reporter.
Okay.
Says the Scott Pilgrim anime series will be co-produced by Netflix and UCP, a division of Universal Studio Group. That also helped bring the Umbrella Academy to the small screen, which, okay. I have my issues with Umbrella Academy. I won't go into it here. O'Malley will co-write and executive produce the show with Ben David Grabinski, who served as showrunner for Nickelodeon's Are You Afraid of the Dark revival. The project doesn't yet have a full series order, but should it move forward, O'Malley and Grabinski will showrun as well.
So I have a lot more faith in this than Cowboy Bebop. Not to beat a dead horse, but the reason I say that is when it comes to the animated stuff that Netflix does, it's been fairly solid.
Did you watch Super Crooks?
Not yet. You know what? Take that back. I saw 2 episodes.
Super Crooks was good. It was good.
Yeah, I heard Super Crooks was really good. But yeah, when it comes to the animated stuff, Netflix hits. Netflix fucks. This guy fucks when it comes to the animated features. Just live action. That's the problem. My question is, are they going to do anything movie-wise? And what I mean by that is, are they going to bring that cast over? Because that would be fun to see happen. If they don't, it's fine. If it's completely different animal, that's cool.
You know what? I will say something in the vein of what you were talking about. While we don't have any word on if any cast from the live action movie will be involved with this in any degree, like saying like maybe reprising characters as voice actors, we do know that Edgar Wright, who directed Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the live action movie, is going to be on board as producer.
Really?
I believe he is either going to be on as either producer or executive producer. It says he's both he and his producing partner Nira Park will receive executive producer credits for the anime adaptation. So at the very least, they will have some say in what is going on.
Yeah.
Here's another thing. We did get this from the THR. Says the band members from the 2010 movie are also on hand for the series, suggesting that actors who played Scott's band members in Sex Bomb, Allison Pill and Mark Webber,
and I was gonna
may return to voice their characters.
And I didn't want to be mean when I say it, but a few people that were in that film, they ain't really doing much work-wise right now.
You ain't shit. I mean, let's be fair. Yeah, okay. But you know what? Here's something a lot of people... Okay, so while we're talking about it, let's dig in a little bit. Carter, did you know how much work the cast of Scott Pilgrim put into their characters?
No. Back then, I didn't care.
Okay,
I don't care about stuff like that. I just want to watch a movie. That movie was just actually really good.
Well, no, it's a great, solid movie. I watch it. Matter of fact, me and my daughter, we watch it more often than not together because she really likes it. She thinks it's the funniest, most hilarious thing ever. But okay, so the characters from the movie, Scott Pilgrim versus the World, or rather the actors. So I see, dude. First of all, y'all ain't shit. So I ain't seen Young Neil since. Dude, wait. Dude, Young Neil been on the back of a milk carton ever since that movie came out. Look, wait a minute. Oh, young Neil has been a witness ever since. But no, most of these actors, I will say, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, she's been keeping busy.
Yeah.
What's his name? Michael Cera? Is that the guy's name?
Yeah, Michael Cera. Michael Cera is Michael Cera. He's his own enigma.
Yeah, he's been kind of doing his own thing too, off and on, since Scott Pilgrim. Everybody else, with the exception, I forget the name of the girl who plays Knives. I've actually seen her and stuff since. I've actually seen her in lots of stuff since.
I have to.
But I would be perfectly fine with. I would be perfectly fine with all of these actors coming back, reprising these roles. But no, what I was gonna say is, Carter, did you know that all of these actors, the ones who played instruments in the movie, actually learned how to play their music?
Yeah, that I did know. I knew that. that just because of an interview with Michael Cera where he actually did talk about it, learning the guitar. Yeah, I didn't know this.
So when you saw them playing the music, it wasn't like, oh, well, they're pretending, because this is, and I know people think, there's probably people out here who are thinking like, well, duh, doesn't everybody do that? No. A lot of movies and TV shows, people don't actually learn their instruments. A lot of times they're just affecting that they're playing their instrument, and then, of course, the stuff is added in later. But these guys were actually playing their instruments, and it was really cool because it was like you see them getting down. It's like, dude, that's actually really neat that they actually learned the music that they had to play.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm into it. I'm 100% into it. If they brought back all of these, if you brought back all these actors, dude, that is so weird that was over 20 years ago. That movie came out in 2010, for Christ's sakes. But I know,
wow, really?
Yeah, 2010.
Holy shit.
Anna Kendrick, she stays mostly busy. You could bring her back as Scott's sister.
No, you couldn't. Not after she got Pitch Perfect money now. Nope.
Well, yeah, no, she busy.
Nope.
Well, no, wait, I don't know. She did just show up on Deez Zamero that one time just to hang out, so I don't know.
Which was the funniest shit.
That shit was hilarious.
Ever.
That was one of the best episodes of Deez Zamero ever. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I don't care who they had on the show. Deez Zamero walking the streets
with Aubrey Plaza. talking about fucking Timberlands.
Right, dude. I'm here for
it. Shit.
Kieran Culkin, you can get him back, but he has also been busy.
He's chilling on Succession.
Yeah, he on Succession. You might have to up the money for Kieran Culkin.
Oh, yeah.
Not to mention, I just want to say, here's one of my favorite parts of that fucking movie. Because Wallace was my boy. Matter of fact, when they made that full DLC for the Scott Pilgrim game back in the day, and I ain't talking about, because now you just buy the game, get everything. I'm talking about back when you actually had to buy the DLC for the game, but it came out separate. I bought that fucking DLC just so I could play his character, because that dude had me rolling most of the goddamn movie when he did show up. Allison Pill, who was Kim Pine. I haven't
seen that girl in anything since the Newsroom. You can get her back.
You can
get her back to Scream. We Are Sex Bomb. You can most definitely get her back.
Well, no, you know what? Actually, she has been doing stuff. She actually has been doing stuff. Because she's been doing American Horror. She did not recently, but she was on American Horror Story. And if I'm not mistaken, she was on Star Trek Picard. So she's
not seen that. I forgot that was a thing. There, how many Star Trek shows are out right now? Because I know Picard, isn't there one with a sister on there?
That's Discovery. That's Discovery, where they got I think it was Sonequa, I believe is her name.
Did you just think of some ghetto black girl name?
No, I didn't. God damn it, leave me alone. Her name is Sonequa Martin Green. God damn it, leave me alone. She played who did she play on Walking Dead? I forget her name. She was Tyrese's sister on The Walking Dead. She actually outlived.
Oh, that's who that is.
Yeah, she outlived Tyrese.
That's who that. I didn't know that was her.
Yeah. She plays the captain, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. She the HNIC on that ship.
Okay, so you got that one. You got Picard. In there one with what's that boy's name? Scott Bakula.
That was Enterprise from for 5 ever ago.
Oh, oops. Okay.
But no, you've also got what was it? What was the other one? The Lower Decks.
That got canceled, didn't it? The one that animated?
That was animated, yeah.
I think that one got canceled, didn't it?
Yeah, Star Trek Lower Decks. And then you got Picard. There's another one, I think. Oh God.
I'm sitting here thinking about.
It's a Paramount Plus exclusive. That's why I've never watched it. Star Trek Prodigy. That's the other one. So yeah, there's.
I wonder if they could get Brandon Routh back, since he has no problem doing TV shows.
I mean, you could. Yeah.
I just want to see if he would knock that. It'd be funny just to hear his voice knocking the highlights out of Knives Her again.
Oh, dude. Oh man, I would, dude. You knocked the highlights out. Dude, I fucking fell. Also, first off, Now, I will say this. You might not be able to get Brie Larson.
Oh, absolutely not.
She got money.
That's over. You might well don't even.
Look.
No.
Actually, you know what? You know what? Honestly, I take that back because you know what? Brie is actually kind of whimsical. She's actually kind of whimsical. I don't know if you've ever watched her YouTube channel.
A few times.
Yeah, okay. There was an episode of her YouTube channel where she was playing Fortnite with Tessa Thompson. She was trying to teach Tessa Thompson how to play Fortnite. And they actually got the dub. I was kind of high-key impressed because I was like, damn, Brie out here with skills. I was like,
okay, but here's the thing though, that is still Captain Marvel. A Netflix anime series ain't getting Captain Marvel. I'm sorry.
She like, look, I know I wasn't nobody when y'all first got me, but I'm somebody now.
You know who I could see them getting, like for sure though?
Who's that?
I can see them getting Aubrey Plaza back.
Oh, definitely. They'll get Aubrey Plaza back.
It'd be funny hearing her curse and it gets censored out and everyone's freaked out because it's censored out. That'd be funny as shit.
You ain't getting well, granted, I don't know if you ain't getting Chris Evans.
I would have agreed with you until he popped up in Free Guy.
Okay, that's fair. You could get him back. You could probably get him back. But I tell you, I know you definitely get back. What's that boy's name? Was Satya Baba, the guy that played Matthew Patel? You getting him back? You getting that boy back? Actually, wait, can we get the folks that played Crash in The Boys? Here's our next song. It's called "We Hate You." We hate you. Please die.
I gotta go watch that movie again because here, Wallace just flaming them in the crowd.
Dude, dude. Actually, you know what? It's okay, Scott.
We gotta stop talking about the fucking movie because then we gonna hype ourselves up, and the anime is
gonna be wild trash. It's gonna be actually
not even trash, just probably veer far the fuck away from what Edgar Wright did.
Well, you know what'll happen?
Mm-hmm.
We'll get so hyped up talking about the movie. The anime will probably be the best fucking thing it could possibly be, and we'll still be like, yeah,
it was all right,
though, bro. That movie, though.
Yeah, exactly. We gotta stop talking about the movie.
But anyway, that's all I really want to say about it. So yeah, they got an anime coming. Cool. I'm here for it. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Next up on the hit parade. So recently, word got out as of last month that one of the actors from the upcoming Peacemaker series is going to be appearing in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And James Gunn put a tweet out.
Okay.
Tweet up now as we speak. But basically what was going on here is it was basically announcing that there was a particular actor who was going to be on the movie from his show. And it's a guy by the name, I'm probably fucking this guy's name up, but I want to say the name is Chuck Woody Iwuji. Look, leave me alone, motherfucker. I'm pretty sure. Well, he called him Chuck, so I'm sure that's probably how it goes. James Gunn would not mispronounce a man's name. He wouldn't do that. He's too good for that. But James Gunn basically came out with a tweet, more or less, that said, has indeed joined the cast after working with him on Peacemaker. I wasn't about to let go of one of the best actors I've ever worked with, so I gave him the role most every big-name actor in Hollywood wanted. Hashtag talent above all else. And if you can see here, this is that's Chuck. He's playing one of Peacemaker's handlers in the Peacemaker series. But the whole reason I bring this up is because there's been a lot of speculation as to who this guy is going to be playing. Some people have, I think the first thing people came out and said, they were like, oh, he must be playing Silver Surfer or somebody of that magnitude. And I remember white people especially, got really angry on Twitter, basically saying, oh, Oh, now they black facing the Silver Surfer,
Lord.
getting mad. It's like, that motherfucker is, other than the time that he was a white man for like 2 seconds, that motherfucker have been silver ever since. And on the slick has kind of been more black than anything else lately. But hey, we ain't gonna talk about that. But no, Chuck Woody Iwuji, the word on the street is he's gonna be playing possibly the High Evolutionary.
Oh wow.
Which is supposed to be, it is rumored to be the villain of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, that they'll be up against the High Evolutionary. So it'll be interesting to see. But for those who are curious, here I actually got we got a little image right here. If you are not familiar, that's the High Evolutionary, right there, the High Evolutionary versus Galactus. But I don't know. We don't know. There's no real actual confirmation about who all is going to be in this movie. There's a lot of speculation that's hitting the streets right now, and so but take what you hear even from us with a grain of salt. It could be. Now we do know Adam Warlock is going to be in it. That has been hard confirmed even by James Gunn. So we know that. That's in stone. Yeah. Will Poulter's playing Adam Warlock, so that's money. You can take that news to the bank. But as far as anybody else, we don't really know. But the reason why I think people are saying that it could possibly be the High Evolutionary in this movie is because the movie is rumored to focus more on Rocket Raccoon as a character and his backstory, which, he was a part of a lot of experiments, and if you wanted to focus on that and tie it to a larger villain in the Marvel Comics universe, there is really not much more than the High Evolutionary that would be worth tapping into. So that's why there might be some truth to that. But that said, there you go, man. I'm all for a brother getting work. I like seeing brothers get work.
I wouldn't even be surprised that this happened, since you put me on game, and I didn't even realize it until you actually made the comment about it, that a lot of people that were in Guardians were in Suicide Squad. Mm-hmm. So for James Gunn to just be getting people that he's a fan of from other shit and put them in other shit without a care in the world, without a care in the world about continuity or this or that. Just I like him. Come over here. Yeah, I like you. Come over here. So it's not a surprise to me at this point.
Oh yeah. No, I'm
you know what? To keep it a buck, I wouldn't be surprised if John Cena pops up in Guardians 3 and we just don't know it. Because look how many people showed up in Guardians 2 and no one knew about it until someone said something.
Actually, you know what I want him to do? I want him to pull a Deadpool 2.
Oh, with like Brad Pitt?
Yeah, like just be like have the joke be John Cena's in the movie, you just can't see him. By the way, I do want to say I was actually watching one of my friends, Runaway Robot, who I do D&D with every other Tuesday on his Twitch channel, Runaway Robot _ but he was playing Guardian. Now, Grant, he's not a comic book person. He does not read comics at all. He doesn't give a fuck about comics. Okay. But he played Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy on his Twitch channel the other day. And I watched him slowly come to a realization. And granted, he streamed that game for 10 hours and was literally on the verge of beating it. But he got really tired because, 10 hours. But what I thought was hilarious about it was watching him come to the realization that he liked the game version of the Guardians of the Galaxy better than the movie version. Because he was like,
I've been hearing that from a lot of people.
Yeah. He's like, these characters are way more interesting. And I was like, well, I said part of it's because you get to spend more time with these characters than you do in the movies, but it's also because they are legitimately more interesting than the ones from the movie. But yeah, it is what it is.
I think what happened with that, and this is just my opinion, I think people are making that comment now because of how they feel about. Yeah, but not in the way you're saying. I think it's more so people are still kind of salty because of Infinity War, number one. And number two, I think it's more so because Guardians 2 was not as good as the first one. So I think Guardians 2 may have dirtied the waters a little bit.
Well, I mean, I don't disagree. But, there is something else to be said here, though, that there's a plot point from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 that kind of resurfaces in the game.
Oh, wow.
And it's handled way better.
Okay.
Like, the whole falling out between Quill and Rocket that happens in Volume 2 is handled significantly better in the game versus in the movie.
I didn't even know that happened in 2.
Yeah, there's a subplot in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 where Quill and Rocket Raccoon have a major falling out.
I have seen Laughing with Batista once, and I couldn't tell you any scene from it.
Damn. Well, and that's the other thing that he also brought up was that he liked the version of Drax in the game more than the Drax that's in the movies, because as in his words, not mine, but I do agree with them, is that the Drax in the game, he's funny, but he's not cracking jokes. Like, okay, so like when we laugh at Batista in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, it's because he's telling a joke. He's saying something that is, or not even so much telling a joke, but it's very obvious that he's in on the joke, that he's perpetuating a joke. Whereas in Guardians of the Galaxy, the game, when Drax says something funny, it's because it's not funny. It's because he's responding to something that is a joke or is, say, a metaphor, and he's responding to it in a very serious way, or he's reacting to it in a very serious way, and it comes off as funny because you're like, oh, wow, he doesn't get the joke. No, not, I'm talking about like compared to Guardian. In the first movie, he did that. Yeah. I'm talking about the second movie.
Okay.
The second movie, he is like, in the second movie, he is just completely hamming it up.
Okay.
He is hamming it up, and I'm being kind here by saying that. I'll be a lot kinder than most people about it. He's hamming it up in the second movie. First movie, sure. Second movie, no. He is hamming it up. In this, it's kind of like he'll step, like, for instance, I think there's a point where in the game, Quill says something about, hey, we got so-and-so at 12 o'clock. And he was like, and his simple response is just simply that our enemies are not a unit of time measurement or something like that, or so on and so forth. But he says it in such a way, it's like, oh, it's funny because, whatever. He's a way more interesting character, I think, in the game than Gamora. The same. Gamora is a way more interesting character in the game. And the sad part is they actually gave Zoe Saldana tons of shit to do in those movies, and the game version of Gamora is still better.
Zoe Saldana will always be the majorette from Drumline to me.
Goddamn. Let's hit our last story and then we're gonna move on.
Yes.
Okay, so the Hulk.
The
Hulk is getting something that has me worried.
Uh-oh.
The Hulk is receiving something in Donny Cates' run that actually does have me concerned. And I know a lot of people aren't crazy about the current run of Hulk by Donny Cates. Why? What's up? Nah, leave it alone. Leave it alone. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, Carter. Don't do it. Don't do it. I have seen people be very upset and angry and not happy with what's going on with Hulk right now. Me personally, I don't give a fuck. I like it because I'm, once again, as we talked earlier, Star Trek fan. Admitted Star Trek fan. So I think it's fucking hilarious. Carter has gagged himself. I want him to be kind, and I know he won't be kind. But no, recently, we got a solicit for Hulk number 6. And Hulk number 6, it is teased that a new threat is coming to the Hulk's universe by way of Donny Cates and Ryan Ottley. And this is going to be a major threat that's coming to him. And it's implied that it's not a separate entity. And it's something we actually kind of talked about in my first video for Hulk number 1, that I felt this was something that was coming that maybe there was a potential for this happening. But the one editor, Marvel editor, Will Moss, basically in a press statement said that this new threat is basically, and this is why I'm worried, the Hulk's null. Like, God of the symbiotes. I feel like I let me say something real quick before I finish the statement. Carter, come back, please, because I want you to confirm what I'm talking about here. Carter, do you remember when we used to work for GameStop? Remember when a game would come out and they would want us to pitch it as a pre-order, but they would usually try and get us to compare it to other games, and sometimes that would fuck up people's expectation of shit? Like, case in point, Far Cry. Remember Far Cry 3? Remember how they used to pitch Far Cry 3?
How'd you all pitch it?
No, it was how GameStop pitched it. They called it Skyrim with guns.
I remember that piece of shit GameStop TV video over my fucking head. Yeah.
Skyrim with guns. This is, to me, this statement is the equivalent of Skyrim with guns. That he said that this new threat that's coming to Hulk is basically the Hulk's null. I don't like that statement. I'm just going to go ahead and put that out there right now. But I'll finish it. He says, but just like Donnie and Ryan's run on Hulk overall, it's crazier and more dangerous than you can imagine. The heroes of the Marvel Universe may think Hulk is the problem, but he's not. This is the problem, and after Hulk number 6, there's no stopping it. And yeah, I got concerns. I will show you the cover. Here's the cover.
Yeah, it looks gross. Ryan Otley is great.
Yeah, oh no, I love it. I love the look of it. And you see this hand that literally burst its way out of Hulk's back in ways that I honestly thought only Al Ewing and Joe Bennett could make look disgusting. But somehow Ryan Otley has done something similar. But basically the implication here is that this new character, who we don't know the name of, is either some new villain that the Hulk encounters along the way, or is maybe possibly another alter of the Hulk that we've never seen before. Kind of like how, we have Devil Hulk, we have Joe Fixit, we have the Savage Hulk, there's World Breaker Hulk, there's all these different versions of the Hulk inside of Banner's mind. This may be that, but I really hope they don't. And once again, I want to say this because I feel like, and I said this, if you are a channel member or a patron, you probably recently heard me say this in regards to the recent issue of Thor that just came out. I hate knowing how Donny Cates thinks so well because it ruins so many things for me. Just like how I called the shit with Crossover, I called the shit with Thor, and I hate that I did.
Wait. You ain't taking credit for that. I called that shit, one reason being because until this recent issue of Thor came out, I didn't realize people were saying what they said in that issue.
Okay,
when we first saw the cliffhanger ending and they said what they said in that Thor issue, I called it.
Oh, no, I said it too. I was right there with you.
Okay, but this is why I think you should calm down a bit. Who made this statement about this being Hulk's null?
No. I'm not saying I'm mad at Donnie. I'm just saying I hate when people make these types of statements.
Yeah.
Because it sets...
No, I'm saying that's why you shouldn't be worried, because this is a money guy that's trying to get books sold. This is not the person that's actually writing a story. Donny Cates did not come out and say this. Ryan Otley didn't come out and say anything along these lines about him drawing it. So I don't give a fuck what Will Moss talk about.
Well, no, I don't care either. It's one of those things. I just don't like when the statements are made. I don't like it. I'm not talking about the expectations for me. I'm talking about everybody. Like, you and I will see that statement and think nothing of it. What I'm angry about is now we're gonna have a bunch of pimple-faced motherfuckers that see that statement and they gonna
Yeah,
come
yeah.
back later. And if the
Yeah.
reveal of who it is ain't up to their expectations, they'll be the ones who are, oh yeah, man, Kate's Hulk is mid, man. It's mid, man. Cause bruh, it's Carter knows what I'm talking about.
I'll say this. I'm not gonna do the thing you don't. I'll say this. People, all 200 of you watching right now, when you recommend someone for us to watch, make sure that it's someone that we are not better than.
That's all.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay. I'm done. But no, oh man. Let's yeah, anyway.
So let me say this to when it pertains to the Hulk.
Go ahead.
I see a lot of people in the chat saying it. Mm-hmm. Number one, I don't think it has fuck all to do with Al Ewing's run. I think you all should get that shit out of your head.
Please.
They haven't really referenced anything in these 2 issues.
It's also only been 2 issues.
Exactly.
Been
this is like the conversation you and I were having on our stream the other day about Book of Boba Fett. It's only been 2 episodes.
It's only 2.
Calm yourselves, people. I don't think this is going to have anything to do with Al Ewing's run, so I think you all should kind of pull that out of your cerebellum. I think this is completely its own thing. He turned the Hulk into a fucking Megazord. He turned it into a ship. So the sky's the limit to where his mind is going to take this story. Another thing, go back to when we had Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman on The Cave. Mm-hmm. The one thing that Donny Cates was trying to nail home for you all and for us as well is that this was going to be a story that pissed you off. This was going to be a story that made you angry. If he pulled something from Al Ewing's run, you would not be angry about it.
Right. Well, no, that's something that I think Cates has been very vocal about saying in the past, not just with Hulk, but with all of the stuff that he works on. He likes to fuck with shit. Even for shit that he likes. Like, I remember when I asked him a long time ago, like, what would he do if he wrote Spider-Man? He literally said the first thing he would do is do something that would piss people off. Like, and I thought it was funny that he said this before it actually happened. Remember how with the video that shall not be remembered, but when you were talking about Spider-Man and how they brought back the whole storyline about Gwen Stacy. Well, no, the whole thing with Gwen Stacy and or not Gwen Stacy, but the Goblin kids, whatever that thing. He said he would do. He said he would bring that shit back.
Oh.
Yeah, he said he would lean into that shit.
Yeah.
But no, it's what Donny Cates likes to do is he likes to tear down kind of in a deconstructionist way, but just with way more anarchy. He likes to deconstruct characters, and while I'm not the hugest fan of deconstructions of characters, I'm a fan of his deconstruction of characters because it's so brutal sometimes. Like, look what he did to Eddie Brock, and y'all ate that shit up.
Yeah.
The fact that he made you realize that Eddie was an absentee father. not because he wanted to be, but just because this man had a whole baby out here just chilling in the streets.
Yeah.
They made you realize that his relationship with the symbiote is way more complicated than, it's just a suit that he wears.
Yeah.
That he has anxiety and problems. Shit like that.
The one thing I hate about this, that we're even talking about this, is just the fact that this is why I hate solicits.
Yes.
Why the fuck are we talking about issue number 6 when issue 2 just came out?
And there's crazier shit going on in 2 right now than
we just got introduced to a character in issue number 2. Now you telling us about some motherfucker coming out of his spine like species, why are we talking about number 6 if number 2 just came out?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So,
exactly.
but you are correct. There are going to be those. I'm just going to say it, comic fans, because I don't. I've said this on your stream. I've said this on my stream. Don't call me a fucking comic fan. I'll hit you in the mouth. Okay. Because when you're called a comic fan, you are then grouped up with certain individuals that I do not want to be grouped up with because they are just dirty, filthy, baloney smelling weirdos. Okay. I am a fan. You know how Loki is the god of stories? I'm a fan of stories. I'm a fan of great storytelling. That's what I am. So yes, we're gonna have a bunch of. We already got a bunch of angry nerds about this fucking Hulk book, okay? And we only 2 issues in. And I say again, do not recommend other content creators to us that we are better than. But again, and this is good. This is all I say, and I'll leave it at that. I'll repeat myself. Why are we talking about issue number 6 when issue number 2 just came out? I shouldn't be worried about issue number 6 when I just finished number 2. Let's give Donny Cates Hulk run. Let's give it an arc.
Let's give it time. Can we give it time?
Let's finish this first arc before we come up with an opinion on something. Right? Like don't talk about an entire season of a TV show and only the first episode been dropped. Let's have a full story complete itself, and then we come up with our opinions on that, people.
Right. Yeah, like I said, it's yeah, once again, same. I'm not worried about it. I'm not concerned. Because I'll be honest with you guys. Like, y'all are holding up, like, a lot of people are holding up Al Ewing's Immortal Hulk like it's the end-all, be-all. But here's the thing. Hard truth about Al Ewing's Hulk run. Hard truth. I didn't 100% like it when I first read it. Like, the first couple of issues, because I didn't know where it was going. And then by the time it got to, like, issue, like, I think 3, or 1, 3, I think it was like 4 or 5, I was like, okay, I see where it's going now. Okay, cool, I'm in. But it didn't necessarily have me right from the jump. I mean, I liked what I saw, but I could have easily, after issue number 2, put it down and never read it again until somebody recommended it to me and said, oh, man, wait till it gets to so-and-so. But just on a whim, I decided to just keep going because I was like, it's Al Ewing, so I'm going to keep fucking with it. And the rest is history. But yeah, the first couple of issues I didn't think were like the greatest thing I'd ever read. I just thought it was interesting. Interesting doesn't equal good. But
can we read this $5 super chat real quick from CT Cook? I love Kate's writing. The endings though, who would be the best writer for Don to tag in and finish his runs? I never actually thought about that. Do people have a lot of issues with Donny? I'm trying to think of what he's written where the ending was mid. Because I'm assuming that CT Cook I'm aware of. I'm assuming CT Cook is talking about his. Rhythm.
He might be well, I'm assuming that's probably what he's talking about. Or he might be talking about his Guardians of the Galaxy, which by Kate's own admission, he wasn't crazy about what he did with that book, which I didn't mind it. I actually thought what he did was pretty good. And then
I like the ending to his. The first thing that popped into my head was Cosmic. Did he do Revenge of the Cosmic Ghost Rider, or was that Dennis Hopeless?
It might have been.
Am I remembering? God damn it!
I don't. Because I know Donny Cates wrote some of the initial stuff with Cosmic Ghost Rider, but I don't think he wrote anything after that. I'm not 100% on that.
Okay, yeah, that was Dennis Hopeless. That's my bad. Okay. I ain't got to worry about that book then.
Okay. Also, let's I mean, as far as like his endings, I don't have a problem with his endings. I don't know if you've read any of his other stuff though. Like, I don't know if you've read any of his other comics. So, like,
I enjoyed the Ghost Fleet. I'm thinking of the ones I've read. I
was gonna say
Ghost Fleet ending.
God Country had a solid ending.
I enjoyed Doctor Strange.
His Doctor Strange was good. And I think Baby Teeth ended, which if it ended where it ended, I thought that was pretty good.
Which one was that? Which one was the vampires and which one was the Antichrist?
Baby Teeth is the Antichrist.
Gotcha. That's why.
Yeah, Baby Teeth is the Antichrist.
And Redneck
is. Yeah. Cool. Which I think resumed or may have. I don't know if it's finished yet. But yeah, I don't have a problem with the endings of his books. I think he does a pretty good job closing them out. If anything, I just felt like COVID kind of fucked up a lot of shit for King in Black. And it had way too many tie-ins.
That's
there you
what
go.
fucked up
Well,
King.
well, yeah, well, I'm talking about like just the release schedule, and then on top of having too many tie-ins. That's my only issue with King in Black, really. Gokon Shuri's baby's father with a $5 super chat. So who threw their white privilege around more, Batman or Green Arrow? I will say Batman every time. And the reason I'm gonna tell you the reason why. I know nobody read this, so there actually is precedent for Green Arrow putting his money where his mouth is. Batman does not just give up tons of money for a lot of things that Green Arrow has. Not to say he doesn't want to, but Batman is way more likely to put all of his billions, which he doesn't have anymore, behind making new Batmobiles, new Bat gadgets, new Bat suits, making more surveillance devices to keep tabs on everybody in Gotham, to do all kinds of stuff that forwards his crime-fighting career. And while, yes, he may fund other things to help out with public programs and things of that nature, Green Arrow actually does more. Green Arrow doesn't put all of his money behind his crime-fighting enterprise. I do remember during Rebirth, when Rebirth first kicked off, Green Arrow was actually putting money towards public programs and helping out the homeless and doing all sorts of other awesome things. But, that's actually a way to use your white privilege as a shield rather than as a sword.
Justin Malone, 7 to Eternity is dope. That's not Donnie Cates, though. If memory serves, that's Rick Remender.
Yeah, that's Rick Remender.
Yeah.
Great, though. Great.
I didn't realize that book was still going. That book started when I was still getting sex criminals issue to issue.
Yeah.
I did not realize that book was still going.
We also got us a new channel membership. X-Trib with the 17 months. By the way, I hope everything's going all right, Pimp. And I know last week you said it was some wildness going on. I hope everything's good.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here.
I think someone said that actually last week, Trans5. Someone once joked Batman has his lower jaw out so people see that it's what?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no. I said that shit.
Okay.
Look, I want to see that white chin. That way you look at it. Oh, no, he's good. He's good. Let him go. Give him the Kyle Rittenhouse. He's good. He's good. Hey, I'm just saying. Here's what it is. Let's see here. Okay, that one. Okay, we read that one. But yeah, it's here's the thing. He said, "Who's Carter talking about?" He said, "I want to know."
I ain't business. Stab grown folk business. I said what I said. I said my piece. I am to leave it there. I shall leave it there.
I don't want to go into it because I know.
Gokon Shuri's baby father said, "Yeah, that's why the new Batman cover his face because he ain't got that Caucasian."
Oh yeah, because he's black. He's black. He's like, "Hey, y'all about to have me fucked up out here in these streets."
How is that book? How is I Am Batman?
I like it. But I mean, that's not high praise or nothing. I mean, I'm just saying.
No. I was just gonna say a lot of people are saying that it's not better than the future state stuff.
I like it better than the future state stuff.
Okay.
Okay, so here's what's going on. I Am Batman. What's going on here is that the Fox family, they are finally, so in future state, the Fox family was all in on taking down vigilantism.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now they're learning things, and Lucius Fox is now, because he's head of Wayne Tech now. He owns everything now.
Yeah,
he is now being hit up by what is essentially an offshoot of the Magistrate to create something to basically fuck up and kill his son, who he doesn't know is Batman. And he's reluctantly going along with it. But the point of the matter is, it creates an interesting dynamic where a black father is creating something to protect his family and other people's families, but specifically, to protect his family. And it's pretty much going to wind up killing his family. because of what Jace is up to these days, being Batman. And the creation of there's some interesting stuff. Like, okay, I get it. So I understand why if some people don't like I Am Batman, it's a very social, very political comic.
It's woke.
It's woke.
It's woke.
It's woke. Dude, it's so woke. It's drinking coffee and taking no-dos. But no, I'm joking.
I know how old I am. I'm like, damn, Jace over there taking some Quaaludes.
He's like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Look, sitting here looking like Smokey in Debo's chicken coop.
You know what? This is actually a good question because for all intents and purposes, I had always assumed it was actually Batwing. Is this a new son that they just made for this series for Lucas Fox?
No, Jace is old. Jace was actually around before Lucas.
Okay.
Okay. I know a lot of people may or may not know this. I don't expect people to know this because Jace Fox, or rather Timothy Fox.
Yeah.
That character, he reappeared in the stuff that's going on like right now. But there actually was a version of him that actually goes all the way back to Batman number 313 in 1979.
Okie dokie.
Matter of fact, here, for those who, if you don't want to believe me, for those that think I'm lying.
Lying ass.
Y'all want to see for yourself. See that young gentleman right there? Timmy? That's Jace. Because his name is Timothy Jace Fox. Jace is the name he prefers to go by. But he basically came and went in DC Comics. He was only ever in like 6 comics prior to him becoming Batman in the current incarnation. But he was around. The thing is, the reason why you never heard about him was because he basically had kind of walked out on the Fox family. He went to kind of do his own thing. And they even talk about it in the current comics that he's in, that he just kind of made a life for himself. His claim to fame was that he ran in with a bad crowd, and Batman kind of stepped in and got him out of trouble, more or less.
Gotcha.
As a favor to Lucius. Or rather just, because of Lucius. But it was a character that kind of came and went. And that's why when they made the reveal that he was going to be the new Batman in Future State, I thought it was like, oh, okay. Because everybody else was thinking it was going to be Luke. Everybody thought it was going to be Luke, but no. It wound up being Jace, so it was a bait and switch. But let's see. But that said, let's look here. Let's get into some stuff. Carter, do you have a recommended for this week?
No.
That's okay. Because I tell you what, you know what I'm going to tell you to do? You know what I'm going to tell you fine people to do? My recommended this week is not a comic.
Ooh.
It's not a comic. My recommended for this week is actually a video game.
I knew it. I do have a recommended though.
Okay, all right. Well,
but go ahead. I want to hear this recommended of yours if it's what I think it is.
My recommended for the week is Lost Judgment.
I was completely wrong.
What'd you think it was going to be?
I thought you were gonna say GTFO.
Oh no, I would never. I mean, I love that game, but I wouldn't recommend it to just any old body because it is a game that's tough.
It's that game for sure. That I've never actually. You all have never seen an angry Ernie. I've seen an angry Ernie for the first time.
I actually got high key mad the other day. We were playing GTA.
That was funny.
Not when we were streaming. Funny. Not so much when we were streaming. When we were off.
This was the next day. The next day actually.
We weren't streaming
like 2 or 3 in the fucking morning.
I was just like, "Yep, I'm done. I don't want any more." But yeah, it is what it is. But no, to go back to it, Lost Judgment is what I'm gonna recommend. Lost Judgment is a game by Ryu Gagatoku. The guys, same people who make all the Yakuza games. They also had another. This is actually a sequel. Lost Judgment is a sequel to the game that came out a couple of years prior. Judgment, where you play as Takayuki Yagami, who is an ex-lawyer turned private detective. I will say you do kind of technically, you might want to play the first Judgment game before playing this one.
Mhm.
However, the game is written in such a way, and I can say this because I'm at the end of the game, the game is written in such a way that if you didn't play the first game, it's actually okay because they do a pretty decent job of kind of giving you the cliff notes of what happened in the first game. And a lot of stuff that happens in the first game isn't referenced as much. The only thing that you might be kind of lost on is why certain characters are so familiar with one another, or why certain characters, like there's a certain character that will show up and you'll be like, oh, why is this guy so important to me? This is my first time ever. Who the fuck is this supposed to be? They give you a little kind of quick, this is why we know this character, and then they move on, and then you just go with it. But the story is it's raw. It's a very raw story.
Yeah.
But it's basically about a guy who gets busted for essentially groping a woman in at a train station, and him getting convicted. He goes to court, whatever, and he makes a reveal after he's already been sentenced to being guilty of this crime of groping, basically labeling himself as a sex offender. And then he reveals there's another crime that he's possibly connected to that now the court can't charge him for. And it's a way higher crime than the one he just got busted for. That crime being murder. Like, he basically admits in court that he just got away with murder. And while all this is going on, Yagami is working another case. And as it turns out, the case, even though it doesn't seem like it has anything to do with this other major thing that's going on, this guy who just got away with murder, come to find out, without saying too much, the cases are a lot more connected than what you might have originally thought. Now, this isn't new. They actually kind of did this with the previous game. There's a case that he starts out on, and you realize, oh, wait, this is connected to some whole-ass other shit that we had no idea was even going on. Or we knew it was going on, but we didn't think it was connected. And yeah, it's really cool. It's a fun game. If you like the Yakuza games, any at all, it's definitely worth a play. I just put almost 40 hours into this game. It tells you how much time you can spend on it, but it's gut-wrenching. It's got moments that made me laugh, moments that brought tears to my eyes. It deals without going too deep into it. It basically deals with the cost and effect, the effects and the aftermath of bullying. And not just bullying, but bullying at the high school level. How bullying can push people to do things that they wouldn't normally do. And how not only does it affect people, the people who are being bullied, but how it affects the people that are connected to those people. And what happens when someone decides to do something about bullying in the extreme. And that's all I'll say about that. But it's a really fun game. I highly recommend it. But yeah. Carter, what's yours?
So I'm going to keep mine in the comic realm.
Okay.
The Amazing Spider-Man number 84. This is continuing the Beyond Corporation era of the Amazing Spider-Man. Peter is still bedridden from radiation poisoning. So Ben Reilly is still the Spider-Man currently in these issues. And this is just another issue we add to the list of Ben Reilly getting his ass whooped. We have...
Oh, no. Doc Ock puts paws on him.
We have gone through, oh God, I think it was 5 or 6 issues where every issue is literally just Spider-Man catching it.
Oh yeah,
The
Craven got
reason,
him.
oh yeah, literally
Morbius got him.
everybody has been whooping Ben Riley's ass right now, but he's still living his best life. He got his girl, he got the money, he got the suit, he got the name, the recognition, even though some people aren't really fucking with him like that. But the reason I'm recommending this book, the reason I'm recommending this issue is because now we're getting somewhere in regards to one of my favorite storylines, which is the Superior Spider-Man. The entire reason that Doc Ock is even going after Ben Riley, he's not even really going after Ben Riley. He's actually going after the Beyond Corporation because through various means, he has basically found out that the money that is backing the Beyond Corporation and the reason they have the copyrights to the trademark of Spider-Man is because of him when he was the Superior Spider-Man. So he's actually remembering things and he's trying to figure out other things that happened when he was the Superior Spider-Man. And it's looking like maybe Ben Riley himself is starting to realize that these people are not to be trusted. But while he's figuring that out, Doc Ock is going to the owner of the Beyond Corporation's front door to have a little meet and greet. So I'm hoping that we're going to get some more stuff going on with Doc Ock when it comes to the Superior Spider-Man stuff. I don't know what Marvel has been up to recently, but we're getting a lot of shit with Otto Octavius. They're really shining a light on him as a character, and they're really shining a light on him as a character that doesn't really have to be a good guy, but he most certainly doesn't have to be the villain that he's been for years. He's getting that growth that I'm always talking about with you all when it comes to comic books. He's getting that character growth, and I'm loving seeing it. I cannot wait for the Superior tie-in that's going to happen. 4. The Superior 4 with the Devil's Reign stuff. So I'm really excited to see where that's going to go, because if all of this leads to something with him interacting with people from the Superior Spider-Man stuff, because all those characters that he interacted with, that he had relationships with, basically just got thrown in the fucking garbage because we wanted Peter Parker back. So the fact that we're not doing that anymore and we're grabbing certain great things, I'm really excited for. This was a really good issue. It's not a good issue if you don't like seeing Spider-Man get fucked up for like the umpteenth time.
Oh no, he gets his ass beat.
But if you are a fan of the Superior Spider-Man, you're a fan of Otto Octavius and this turn that he has done over the years, especially considering how he was in No Way Home, I highly recommend you read this book.
Also, I'm kind of high-key looking out for the Superior 4. Yeah. Even though it's technically just a throwback to the old, I think it was like Walt Simonson Fantastic Four. Because basically that's what the team is. It's basically a Hulk, a Ghost Rider, and a Wolverine, which was basically that was the Fantastic Four for a New York minute, when it was Hulk, Wolverine, Ghost Rider, and Spider-Man. But this time it's going to be Doc Ock and other versions of himself from the multiverse, who are, for all intents and purposes, versions of those characters that are Otto Octavius, as opposed to the ones we're used to, which is just... Dude, you can imagine what kind of shit Otto Octavius had to get up to get the spirit of vengeance.
I'm wondering what he did to become the Hulk with extra hands.
Yeah, right? And how did he wind up in Weapon X? I think these are stories I need to know. But I really like Amazing Spider-Man 84 as well. It was really good. I would have recommended it.
Even though Ben Riley has been getting whooped, it's much better than the Spider-Man video that will never be posted. It's much better than that.
You ain't shit, and I'll have you know that. Anyway, let's get to this shit. We got some other stuff, because we got one from LJ Brown with the 5 pounds. Says, forgot to ask you guys your thoughts on the CW being sold and not making profit since 2006, apparently. That was something that I almost did want to... I almost brought it up.
You got to actually put me on game on this. This is the first I've heard of this.
Oh, really? Okay, so, all right. Let me pull it up here. It was a story that I saw, but I didn't know if we would have time to talk about it.
Okay. You want to just try to do like quick clip notes?
Yeah. That's what we're gonna do. I'm pulling up there was a story I had.
Okay.
But yeah, basically here, let's pull up. This is from Deadline.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, basically they said the CW might get a new majority owner 15 years after the broadcast network's launch. Its co-parents, Viacom, CBS, and Warner Media, Warner Brothers, are considering a controlling stake sale. Sources confirmed to Deadline. Nexstar Media Group, which is the CW's largest affiliate group following its acquisition of Tribune, is believed to be among interested buyers. Sources caution that the conversations with multiple suitors are in exploratory stages and no deal is imminent. They said the potential sale was first reported by the Wall Street Journal and comes amid an ownership change for Warner Media, which is being acquired by Discovery pending regulatory approval. Let's said basically they said as I think this is from let's see here. This is actually from CEO Mark Pedowitz. Says that, as many of you are aware, over the past year or so, this transformation or this transformative time in our industry has led to a series of business activity across media and content companies. Given that environment right now, Viacom, CBS, and Warner Bros. Are exploring strategic opportunities to optimize the value of their joint venture in the CW network. Now, here's the thing. They spend a lot of money. They spend a lot of money trying to make content that caters to what I believe is the coveted 18 to 45 or 49 demographic.
Okay.
It's probably the most coveted demographic in all of media, at least with television.
Okay.
But basically they have been getting money coming in, but the thing is, I think they hemorrhage more money than they actually make because they're always creating spinoffs and more shows based on shit that's already there. Yeah. Look no further than the Arrowverse. Look no further than what they tried to do. They tried to do with Supernatural, and that one actually tanked. Though I think there was another one that, because remember they were going to do the one about the women, the sisters, the two sisters that were kind of in a similar boat as the Winchesters.
I mean, there was another one before that one where they were going to go from the monsters' perspective. It was going to take place in Chicago. I remember that one.
Yeah, it was a lot of shit. And the CW, honestly, they got kept afloat because Netflix paid them $1 billion for the streaming rights to their entire lineup. And then that, because that was back in 2011. Okay. Then they got rid of that deal, and I think they lost a shit ton of income off of that. Because CW doesn't really have a way for you to just like watch their shows unless they give it to you for free.
Yeah.
And they do give it to you free because there's a CW app. But I think like having their stuff on Netflix actually generated even more revenue for them and drove more traffic to them. But I think they fucked that off when they didn't renew that deal. But that said, I think it doesn't bode well for some of the new shows that are coming up because Naomi's coming up. And that, I'm not going to lie, I don't want to be the guy to say this, but I've been noticing something. I've been noticing a trend with CW shows as of late.
Okay.
Looks awfully cheap. I think they made that show on the cheap. I'm not saying it looks bad. I'm just saying I can look at a show and tell when it's made on the cheap.
Yeah.
Now, I could be wrong, and I like to be wrong, but I feel like that show got made on the cheap.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's I don't know much more beyond that. Everything else, as far as I'm concerned, is rumor and conjecture. But I do believe they haven't made a profit since 2006. I do believe that. Because, like I said, they make so many shows. How do you keep money? But we got another one here from LJ Mac 03. $20 super chat says, Happy New Year, Blerd and Carter. It's been a minute, but I'm still here rocking with you. Peace and blessings. We appreciate you, pimp.
Good to see you, LJ. Good to see you.
Yeah, I'll say, I've been seeing you pop in every now and again. I've been seeing you. Like I said, babe, I'm just glad you're okay, brother. Glad you're okay.
Yes.
Let's answer, because I think we actually do have, I believe we do have, let me double check myself. We do have some questions in the Discord. Let's see here. You know what? We're gonna, you know what? Let's keep it in the same spirit then.
Okay.
Because we do have another question here. In the Discord, we're gonna kind of bounce around these. I'm gonna kind of look through these because some of them are kind of long. We'll start with the shortest one first. Urban Prince of Strong Styles asks, will the Avengers and the X-Men team up to fight Nimrod and Omega Sentinel since they're going to destroy mutant kind and mankind? And I also wonder if the Avengers can handle Nimrod. Okay, so they might. Because here's the thing that we know to be true.
Okay.
Judgment Day is coming. And we know, I know that sounds crazy, but there is a major Avengers, X-Men, and Eternals crossover that's coming.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that it'll be handled then, but something tells me that some of the animosity between the X-Men and the Avengers will likely go away very soon after that. Or maybe it'll continue. Who knows? But the Avengers, I think, would be perfectly okay handling Nimrod, depending on what that Avengers team is.
Yeah.
Nimrod is a self-replicating, self-repairing robot. He's advanced. He was even, I think in Inferno, even after Xavier had literally ripped him, or not ripped him, but, or did he? I can't remember if he ripped him apart.
He took
him apart.
That was Nimrod. He just kind of blew up.
Yeah.
Magnus had the Omega.
Okay, that's what. Okay, and even then, like there was some other parts there too, but like he basically just completely repaired himself without even so much as batting an eyelash.
Yeah.
You would need a continued, sustained, unlimited source of energy to take down a character like Nimrod, a character of that magnitude, which is why you would need characters like both former and current Captain Marvels. You would need characters like Spectrum. You would need characters like Carol Danvers. You would need a Scarlet Witch in the mix as well. You would need a lot of power that typically doesn't go up against Nimrod because he usually doesn't fuck with these characters. But considering the new stance that the machines hate everybody, they're like, look, that is the haters' ball right there. You will likely see some kind of a team up here, especially considering that it's also the Eternals' job to protect humanity. Don't be surprised the Eternals get involved as well, considering that whole crossover thing that's coming up. Let's see here. We have also got, and you know what? I'm going to just read this one too real quick too because it also kind of ties into it. Ed Boy in the Cut asks, you think we will see, or we'll get to see Thanos versus Apocalypse in Judgment Day? You know, we don't really...
cold.
That would be a badass fight.
That would be cold.
Because we don't really know when Apocalypse is going to return, but if there was a time to return, that would be it. Like, could you imagine Thanos beating the brakes off everybody, just soloing X-Men left and right? And all of a sudden, out of a Krakoan gate, that motherfucker just pull up like Thanos did in the MCU.
Man, that would be tight. That would be a flex, man.
I am as far beyond... like just can we get out like if look, I don't know who will be writing it, but if we could get a line, so like if possible, I'm as far beyond Eternals.
Man, that would be cold.
I would fucking fall the fuck out. It would be awesome to see. But Thanos is the prime Eternal right now. So I mean, if that fight was to happen, it would be even more impactful, I think. Next up, let's see. We got one. Let's go back. We got one from LJ Brown.
Okay.
Right here. And this question is says, hey, Ern and Cart. Never called you Cart before, but that's the thing. This is going to be a weird question, especially coming from me. But after watching clips of Space Ghost and how they turned that into a chat show, what would be you guys' ideal late-night chat show host or game show comprised of villains and heroes across the comic book medium? P.S.
Oh, wow.
Mine would be the Riddler as host of Wheel of Fortune, with Lady Blackhawk as the hostess and the Watcher, the announcer, telling what you've won. Or a David Letterman show with Two-Face in his stead. That would be interesting because you know that motherfuckers be arguing with
funny.
himself the whole time.
Oh, had he not said comics medium, I would have said the Venture Brothers so quick.
That would actually be an interesting one.
Because I'm still pissed they got canned, man.
You know what? Since you bring up Space Ghost, I actually wouldn't mind if they. Okay, here's how I would do it.
Okay.
Give me a talk show with the old cartoon Doctor Doom. Like, I'm about the Doctor Doom that used to show up in, like, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. Give me that Doctor Doom as the host of a show, and you could, like, I would want it to be like, here's how I would do it. Even better. Okay, so give me Doctor Doom.
Okay.
And then, so that's your Marvel. That's your Marvel right there.
Okay.
And then give me Mr. Freeze from the Batman animated series. Have those two motherfuckers being co-host of a late night talk show in the style of Desus and Mero. That's my show.
I'm so, you know what? Because I was thinking about mine.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm gonna give you a safe answer.
Okay.
Give me a late night show in the vein of probably the best late night show, which in my opinion was I don't know. I don't want to butcher his name. I don't want to fuck his name up. The Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson. Give me the Late Late Show, but it's Howard the Duck.
Ooh.
Voiced by Ben Stein.
Oh, God.
And the co-host would be that damn space dog. But it's... I don't know about that one.
You were going somewhere.
I'm trying to... I had a voice in my head for the dog.
Okay, got you.
You know what? Yeah, I would do this just because I think it'd be funny. Okay, Ben Stein would be Howard the Duck, right?
Okay.
Okay, it would be done in the vein of Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson. And Cosmo the Space Dog would be voiced by Wanda Sykes, and that'd be the co-host.
Oh, my God. Okay, I'm with it. Here, we got us another one here. This is Obsidian King. Says, what's up, y'all? Hope you're all enjoying 2022. Can't believe it's been 2 whole years. I'll be honest, a part of me is convinced we're still in 2020, and this is all just a collective dream. But anyway.
It was only just a dream. Why am I singing Nelly song?
I don't know, man. It says, anyway, I had a question. I wanted to ask y'all. It seems a big deal is always being made about mostly traditional white characters being cast and played by people of color.
Okay.
The argument I often hear used to justify this is that it's totally okay to have a traditional white character be played by a person of color if their ethnicity or race is not an essential aspect of their character to begin with. I personally agree with this, but there's always the neckbeards that will come through screaming, well, how about we make T'Challa white? Says, while that's obviously a nonsensical point to make, is there actually any characters of color, particularly black characters, that could be played by a white actor or actress without it being a problem? Well, I could, not a favorite answer of mine, but Phastos in Eternals. There's actually precedent for it. In not Neil Gaiman's, but the was it Charlie Kirk or was it Charlie and Daniel Knopf? Daniel Knopf. In their run of Eternals, Phastos is depicted as white.
Yeah.
Not black as he was when he was originally created in, I think it was 1985 or something like that. Which since he's come back, he's been black ever since. And that's just because of the nature of how the Eternals work. They can be any race, color, creed, whatever, that they want to be, or gender, all that stuff. What was it? Ajak in the comics was originally a male character. He is a woman now. The character of Druig was once upon a time just a bog standard white dude, but now he's Asian. So on and so forth. So I mean that's an area where I can make a case for it. Generally speaking, and I think this is the thing that a lot of people don't understand. Not saying you don't understand it. I'm pretty sure you understand it. Obsidian King. But what a lot of these neck beards that you mentioned don't get, and I will say neck beards because that's what they are. What a lot of them don't understand is that the reason why a lot of these characters are depicted, why they are depicted as people of color in other media, or why they're even in the comics revamped as people of color, is not just because their character isn't predicated on their race. It's because a lot of these characters were created in a time where people of color had little to no visibility in comics. It was more likely for a new character to be white than to be any other color, because they just didn't put black, brown, Mexican, Asian, even Native American, and whatever, into these comics. And even when they did, sometimes they were usually caricatures, stereotypes, and were literally colored in very problematic ways. I remember the character of Wyatt Wingfoot, a Native American character. His skin was like hot pink most of the time that you saw him. Shang-Chi, his skin was y'all see here in the chat, this super chat that I'm about to click on, from the homie Xtriv. His skin was as orange as this motherfucking super chat that I got up here on the screen, or right here where his name is. That was the color of Shang-Chi's skin. Sometimes it was this kind of yellow-orange color that's up here for the super chat, which is problematic as fuck. And by the way, Xtriv, thank you for that. 1999 in the super chat. Thank you for that, brother. Anyway, you made it possible. But yeah, that's.
So who do you see though?
As far as characters that I would pick personally, man, that's a tougher one. That's a tougher one, actually.
Okay, look.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'll give you an idea.
Okay.
Give me Dame Judi Dench as Amanda Waller.
Okay, that's okay. Okay. You know what? I could eat. You know what? Okay. I like where your head's at.
Okay.
Let's say, man. Whew.
Did I just win this poker hand? Can you not? You can't raise it. You can't see my bet. Raise it.
Wait.
Win this hand.
Wait. Just work with me. We'll just work with me here for a second. Give me. Because see, I'm trying to think of characters who being black isn't a part of their identity.
I gotta go back to Poker Carter real quick, see, because it looked like I'm finna win this hand. The only boom.
Okay, this motherfucker right here. Okay, all right, cool, got you. Bishop. Give me Bishop. Grant's a little bit of cheating because he's. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's technically half black, half Aboriginal, whatever. But that's neither here nor there. We ain't here to talk about it. Give me Bishop, and you have him played by Billy Ray Cyrus.
Fuck off.
Wait, he got the mullet and everything. Look, they can even tie in.
Okay.
Take me down to the days of future past road.
Okie dokie.
Anyway, let's answer this last question that I see here. Well, actually, I see a couple popping up. We'll answer those two, and then that'll be it for the Discord. Zacharias Tubes says, what idea would you pitch to Milestone for something in the universe? For me, I would like to see. Well, we know we're getting Blood Syndicate back, so That's not that's not anything revolutionary, and we know that we're getting Zombie back by way of the super team duo, and we know we're getting the Love Army, so we know we were good on teams there. But I personally, I would pitch. If it's okay, I tell you what. If it's a new idea, let's do something that Milestone doesn't have a lot of. Most of Milestone superheroes are either, they are in some ways, derivative of other major comics ideas. But you know what? One thing they don't really have, and that's even with having a character like Icon on deck, they don't really have much in the way right now, currently, in the current iteration of Milestone. A lot of space shenanigans. A lot of space shenanigans going on. What I would do is I would pitch a Green Lantern style character. Not saying they would be Green Lantern. Not saying they'd have a ring that is based on their imagination or anything like that. No. Yeah. But just like a character who's like a super cop for space. Or maybe a space scoundrel. Maybe kind of like a Guardians of the Galaxy style deal where like it's a character who is technically to other people he's a bad guy, but he does good. Like kind of like a Robin Hood style situation. That would be what I would pitch. And now that we're here, let's get to this super chat we got here from Extra, which, by the way, thank you for that, homie. It says, only because I haven't heard it yet. By the way, I'm back to full health. Thanks for your well wishes and sending well wishes. All peace and blessings. We're so glad to hear it. Thank you so much. Now we got to keep an eye out. I know we have one of our homies in the chat, Jose Pangelinin. I know he was also talking about some COVID issues that have popped up with his family. So hoping that we hear some good news back from him as well. Hopefully, but yeah, that's what we want. We want, like I said, we want to hear. I love the good news. Love the good news. Let's also say we got one here from Poe Archery Media with the $5 super chat. Says, I'm excited about the X-Men line going forward because according to a recent interview, Hickman is excited about it, and I think so. I mean, there's good reason to be. Lots of crazy shit happening right now. The Legionaries, which now we know is going to be called Legion of X now. They're not going with the Legionaries name. Yeah. And honestly, I think that has more to do with DC. That has more to do with DC than it actually does anything else. Because you got to remember, the Legion of Superheroes at one point used to be called the Legionnaires. And Legionaries, very close to Legionnaires. But yeah, they're going to be Legion of X. I think the only thing I'm not excited about is Knights of 10. That's the only thing I'm not excited about. But that's because I know what it spun off from, and I didn't like what it was spun off from. So
what was it spun off from?
Excalibur.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Legionaries, I'll take just because it's Juggernaut, and I'm happy they're actually
and it's Cy Spurrier.
It's Cy Spurrier, but I'm happy they're doing something with that Juggernaut mini that we got.
Yes,
that was really good. Yeah. So I'm really happy they're doing something with that.
Fabian Isaiah gave us some of the best ever. Yeah. And it should not have been the case. Yeah. But no, also X-Men Red looks like it's going to be pretty fire. X-Force looks like it's going to be firing on all cylinders as per usual.
More evil Hank McCoy is always good.
Oh yeah, I'll never be mad at more evil Hank McCoy. We also got one from Gilla V with the $2 super chat. Says, Rona, you raggedy bitch. But we getting back. Salute.
Good.
Dude, we glad. We're glad here. I'm glad.
You know what? Yeah. I will actually say that. I'm hoping that you all everywhere are in good spirits, are good health, because I know this variant is taking over everywhere. So just I really hope everybody's in good spirits, good health, because I know it's bad. I know we all thought we'd be getting out in these streets a little bit this year, and now it's even worse. So good health to everybody watching this right now.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with that. I mean, it's been insane. It's been insane. Yeah. That's all I can say. And yeah, just please. I can't stress this enough. Yeah. Y'all be careful out here, man, because it's not good. It's not good out here. I just saw this. Shang-Chi was Trump. Talking about the color, the way they colored Shang-Chi's skin, he looked like Donald Trump. Yeah, he did actually.
Wow.
Sad.
Wow.
Very sad. Let's see here. Let's see here. Do we got any questions here? Says Keith Petty says, think DC or Marvel will ever bring their co-owned character access back to comics? Ooh. That would require them to actually work together on something, I think. But you know what? I'm into it. I'd be into it. Okay. Yeah, do you think? It would be interesting. It would be interesting. I don't know if they would actually do it though. I kind of feel like that would just be like a bygone era.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Malik Kadar said, "Oh, I'm finally COVID free. Good to hear, man. We're good.
Good shit, man.
Glad to hear it, man. Glad to hear it." Let's see here. Ed Boy in the Cut said, I would like to see some African fantasy / mystical stuff in Milestone. I would too. Actually, if you gave me kind of that was my other thing too. Like if we didn't get something space related, I would love to see something supernatural related, like mysticism, like on some Doctor Strange, but like more like Brother Doctor Voodoo vibes or some shit like that. Give me a character like that, I'd be really into. And I think that the Milestones could do a really good job with something like that. I think you can tell some crazy stories, and just make it as wild. Like, okay, you know what? Here's what Milestone needs. Give me Black John Constantine. Give me a Constantine level character that is like but I don't want him walking around with the trench coat. I don't want him walking around with the trench coat. And all that other shit. I want this motherfucker. I want him smoking Black and Milds. Carter is done with me. He is done with me. He's done with me. Look. Let's see. Hold up. Let's see. Here. You know what? This is what I want. I want John. I want to give me a Constantine. Okay. Remember, was it Papa Midnight? Like I want a character on that level, but like that. Like give me Jamon Honshu from the Constantine movie, but like just make him his own character. Dude, they tear that shit up, dude. I would be so into it. I actually really liked his character in Constantine. I thought he was hilarious. When that dude just started like blessing and praying old boy down, old Shia LaBeouf, for they were getting ready to go into battle. He just looked at that dude just like, he just started praying. Didn't nobody know what the fuck he was doing. I was just like, bro. Like late 90s Shadow Man. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Look, and drinking Hennessy. Yeah, you goddamn right he would. He'd be drinking some Hennessy. You goddamn right he would. Look. See, Carter don't like this. Carter don't like this at all. He said, wait. So isn't that Blade? Yeah, I'm kind of. But
I have
Blade
never in the history of niggerdom seen Blade smoking a Black and Mild. I don't want to see Blade smoking a black, like, period. I do not want to see Blade with a wood-tipped wine-flavored black in his mouth.
Oh no, right here. This is the perfect one right here. See how like Luther, Idris Elba. That's the vibe right there. That's the vibe for my Black Constantine and Milestone. Matter of fact, I tell you what, Dennis Cowan.
That sounds kind of fire.
Right, right. Look, hey, Reggie, Dennis. If y'all watching, if you listen, if you hear, come holla at your boy. I got you.
That actually sounds kind of
like that's my pitch. I would sit down with Reggie and Dennis, and I'd be like, look, like, all right, Blerd, what you got? I'd be like, all right, check this out. Y'all ever watch Luther? I'm bringing Luther to Milestone.
Oh, God.
But with supernatural shit, demons and gods and monsters and shit.
Mm-hmm.
and then they would laugh my ass out the room
and steal that fucking idea.
and then a year from now, y'all would look. You know what it'd be called? It'd be called Yeah, what would you call something like that?
Because it's a dark dude and it's dark magic. The Midnight Express.
Oh, look, the Midnight Man. God damn it! Look, that's look. We're gonna it'll be called Midnight Man, and this motherfucker. Look, and I'll be sitting here. Y'all gonna see me looking ugly as hell on the cave every week, mad that I missed out on that check.
Sir Yuri G has a question for me. You know what? This is actually the first book I read this week, and I completely forgot about it. You mind me asking, Carter, you weren't feeling the recent issue of Dark Knights of Steel? I was, actually. I really was.
I like Dark Knights. Number 3?
Yeah.
It came out this week?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. I didn't like the previous issue. I didn't like it. I just wasn't as into it. I liked this issue.
I completely forgot about that book, and that was the first book I made it a thing to read that fucking book. I'm sorry. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
Damn, I guess it says something. And there was a lot that happened in that book. Supergirl is losing her goddamn mind.
Oh, yeah.
Not, you know what? It's not even in the sense of she's going crazy.
No.
That bitch is on a killing spree. That bitch is killing. Yeah. You killed my daddy. I'm killing everybody.
All y'all got to go. Wait, did she pull a Tupac?
Peppy, I'm killing all of you.
Wait, did she pull a Tupac? She pulled a Tupac. She was like, my fofo make sure all y'all kids don't grow.
Nah. Dag sister is on a rampage.
Dude, it was,
and
I didn't believe it at first till I got to that page. And cause she's smiling at the top of the panel, and then she just break a dude off.
And you know what? That's why I hate that particular ride at theme parks. If you're reading the book, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. But that is why I hate that goddamn ride at theme parks. That right there. But yeah, I did enjoy this third issue. This third issue was really, really good. I don't like, but it's funny to me that no one is looking at Constantine when this was basically his fault.
Yeah. Because
if you're reading the book, Constantine brings up a certain prophecy he saw, and it's almost, oh my God, it's almost like Civil War II.
Yeah,
where somebody sees the future and they say, okay, well, this is
it.
In the words of Disney's Hercules, that's the gospel truth. So,
yep.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the Dark Knight still was good. It was good. It was good.
The Metal Men didn't deserve all that.
Dude, the
Metal Man got towed off,
bruh. Supergirl is not playing. I didn't expect. Okay, the Metal Man catching it the way they did surprised me.
Man,
but who died in this issue? I was not expecting.
Dude,
I was not expecting.
I wasn't either. I don't even want to say who it is, but
it's almost like some Game of Thrones shit.
It hurt.
It
hurt. This is Tom Taylor, right? This is Tom Taylor.
Yes, it is.
And Tom Taylor don't give a fuck.
I wouldn't say it hurt. It was surprising.
Well,
because he shouldn't have done what he did in the first fucking place.
Well, okay, you know what it is? I'll tell you what it is. You know what I like about it? It's comeuppance. It's people facing the, like, normally when shit
chickens
happens,
came home to roost quick.
Right. Like, yeah, normally we would have had, like, hey, this is what, a 12-issue or 12-issue series, right? So we would have had to wait till like issue 9, 10, maybe 11 before we would have seen this death if this was any other writer. But Tom Taylor's like, no. Karma turn around like that.
Here do you say, well, she turned into Anakin, keep her away from the younglings. You obviously did not read issue number 2.
Dude, like I said, you know what? I will say this. Dark Knights of Steel is a comic that I will definitely be buying that. When they collect it. They collected like in hardback or like trade or whatever. That's a comic that will be on my it'll be on my shelf. It'll be on my shelf. Most certainly. We got Anthony Bolton with the 199 super chat, said Jerome Constantine. I love this shit. Oh, also, man, we got another one here. I love it, man. Gabriel Knight coming through with the 1999 the super chat. Says, did you guys talk about the book of Boba Fett? I was rolling when I saw those guys' knees buckling when they were holding up the Hut twist.
So I have not seen episode 2 yet.
I have not seen it either. I've heard about what they. Okay, so what Gabriel's talking about, I have heard about this scene. So I'm actually.
I was actually gonna watch it after we're done with it.
Okay, I actually have to wait till tomorrow because my wife loves that show. I could probably watch it, but I just know she'll be disappointed in me if I watch it without her because she could tell. We've been married long enough, we've been together long enough that she can tell when we're watching something that I've already seen before.
Yeah.
She just knows. We also got one from Gokon Shuri's baby's father with a $5 super chat. Says black man with an afro wielding Excalibur would piss hella people off. Yes. Which is why I would do it. That's why I would do it. I would do it, and I'd have no shame about it. And you know what I would do? I would deactivate Twitter. Because Twitter's not a real place. Y'all be mad on Twitter. It's not a real place. But anyway, Carter, what you got going on this week, pimp?
Man, I'm gonna be on my. You know what? They might actually catch us on someone else's stream if what she said is to be taken at face value.
Yeah.
We, Ernie and I, may or may not be on someone else's stream playing GTFO later today.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We'll see. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. I'm still trying. I have to buy more picture frames for my Donnie Cates and Ryan Stegman autograph stuff. So I'm gonna be shopping online. You see the Ghost Rider. I got my frame came in yesterday for my autograph Ghost Rider. I need new games to play, y'all, but my backlog is getting big.
Bruh.
Because I want to get The Witcher 3 on Switch.
Ooh.
Because I want to be able to play that shit wherever the fuck I want.
Oh, that's fair. Honestly, if there was a game to play like that, that would be The Witcher.
You do know it's cross save, right?
Is it? Oh, it is?
Mm-hmm.
That changes my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, let me shut the fuck up. I'm sorry. I spoke out of turn. I apologize.
Amira, who stream? I'm gonna pull up. So we might be on Pikachu Lita's Twitch stream later today. Don't take that as factual. It's a maybe. It's a maybe. We might be on Pikachu Lita's Twitch stream today playing some more GTFO. If you didn't know, Ernie and I we co-streamed on each other's. I streamed on my Twitch channel. He streamed on his. That way. He's that way. He streamed on his Twitch channel. We had both of our perspectives while we were playing GTFO this week. So if you have not seen that, twitch.tv, Blerd Without Fear, twitch.tv, Carter Presents. That was fun. That was fun because you had people literally going back and forth between our streams to see what the fuck was going on.
It was fucking insane. We also even had the devs.
We had the devs of the game actually pop up in the stream, which was pretty cool. So that was very impromptu.
It really was.
That was very. It was literally, hey, you think we should? You want to do it or you want me to do it? Well, shit, why don't we? You know what? Fuck it. Let's both do it. All right. That was very impromptu, but
let's see. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Shop at a $5 $2 Super Blade with blood and a Crown Royal bottle. Y'all ain't
Jesus
shit.
Christ.
I love it. Wait, Bill said it was at the 401. Wait, talking about when we started?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Hold on.
Do you have it? Because I don't see it. Because that was.
He said, "Have you?" I copied it and waited to paste it so I could see it in the chat myself. It was. Have you seen? I'll actually post it right now. Blerd Cave host. Have you seen the new digs the Secret X-Men team got in their exclusive preview? Also, those brand new Tom Muller logo designs for XMR and LOX.
Oh no, I haven't. I saw the costumes for the. Oh God, what was it? The Secret X-Men one shot. I saw the costumes for that.
Yeah.
Because they actually have matching matching costumes.
Yeah.
which I actually have pulled up right here. Like it's indicative of like the old school X-Men costumes, but they have the new X logo instead. But the whole like kind of blue and yellow vibe, I did see that. I didn't see the other ones. He said there was one about Darkhold Omega. Did you catch that one?
No, that came out this week, didn't it?
Yes.
I saw Scarlet Witch on I think that was a Chris Bacalo cover. I don't give a shit about it. The only Darkhold thing I read this week was that Doctor Doom Wastelanders issue.
Okay, got you.
Which was pretty solid. I think it may have done something it didn't intend to, which is kind of gross. But that's the only thing. Okay. That's the only thing Darkhold.
That's not ominous at all.
Well, I think it may have referenced Doom. Never mind. I'll tell you after the show.
Okay. That works. Well, that's it. I don't see it. But what do we think of the Dark? I liked it. The talking about the Darkhold mini event. I liked it. The ending was kind of wild. It went a place I wasn't expecting it to go. Not at all. I wasn't prepared for what they did there at the very end. With Chthon and how Wanda handled that, and it does set up some pretty crazy shit for later. That I can definitely say. That said, let's get on down. Oh, wait, here it is. At 4:01. Oh, wait a minute. You said 4:01. I thought you meant like at the timestamp of the video. Have I read Darkhold Omega in the Revelation to Wanda's death for Trial of Magneto? Why asks if she dies, she'll let out Chthon. Oh, well, okay, so here's the thing. As far as I'm aware, when they announced the Darkhold series, it's supposed to take place before Trial of Magneto. So therefore, very likely before the Hellfire party. At least the way I was meant to understand it. Yeah. But so if that is the case, then she's already done it. But if it's one of those weird things where it takes place both before and after, that's another story. Because technically, there could have been shit going on in the in-between times. Because she did have the different heroes read from the Darkhold, and all their shit was going on too. So Darkhold, and I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of one of the reasons why I don't know how to feel about it 100%. It's one of those stories that, like, if you think too hard about it, especially knowing everything else is going on, man, it makes it very difficult it made me I have to think too hard. If I had to commit too much brain power to something, I become disinterested. If I gotta like think way too fucking hard, I'm like, no, I'm good. But I did like it. I did like the ending. I thought the ending was really cool. It was really powerful, especially considering it kind of gave her a full circle moment from West Coast Avengers, because some of you may or may not remember back in the day, West Coast Avengers, Wanda was possessed, if I'm not mistaken, by Chthon. And there was a whole debacle there. But it was cool. But yeah, Madeline Pryor can most certainly handle Chthon. Most certainly. I would be shocked if she couldn't. Especially, hell, she's back. She's back now. So let Chthon show up. Get that ass beat. But no. Carter, are we out of here?
I think we are.
So we're gonna do the thing. We're gonna y'all make sure while we're talking about doing our thing, you guys do the YouTube thing. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, whatnot, what have you. If you're still here, and we will be back next week with. I already see some stories that have popped up that we haven't even addressed today. Stuff that's all kind of popped up while we were live. So we'll be talking about it next week. And yeah, we will see you guys next time. We out of here. Y'all be happy, safe, healthy. Once again, as we said earlier, please, this Omicron shit is out here fucking folks up. Y'all be safe. We'll see y'all next time. Keep it plus ultra out here in these streets. Bamf.